source early dev? Three or more? Because what happens here is we get the abbreviation, we give an offset. You guys get these stuff. Perfect usage. Yeah, three characters. Um, that's for this one here. Then we parse it. But then for the UTC, then we do UTC plus or minus um, so many digits. So I'm thinking here, I do plus or minus 8, and then we just grab it and then we just slam it up against a number and a sign, and then just let that go. So I'm thinking there could be a better way to handle it because right now you couldn't plus or minus the 5.45 or 545. It just wouldn't work the way um, regular expressions won't let it in. So I'm thinking maybe four numbers because the zero would still do the proper calculations, right? So if we do four, right? I want to try it with four. Well, yeah, it worked with just the name, with the name that we put in. The name that we put in, we don't look that up. Yeah, so I don't go through all the s- all the time zones to find the one that matches the number you put in. So I just take it at face value, whatever you put in. We just calculate that. So 1 to 4 digits should work, and then that should give us what we want.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to day 31 of our Unity experience. Oh, holy mackerel! There's actually people waiting here when I go in. What is this? What in the world? Good morning. Oh no, I'm in. Oh, okay. What, dude? Hey, thank you, Yeti. Good morning, sir. How are you doing? Prime table. How do you like whatever the fuck the thing is called, like Crimson, whatever the new XCOM thing that I get to play today that you've probably been playing for a while. I haven't kept up on YouTube, so if you got early, I'm sure you got early access to it. Did you like it? Did you not like it? What's the deal? Okay. First, work stuff is done. Cool. Second, where did we leave off last night in our afternoon stream, where we were still trying to debug what in the world was going on with this user movement, why it's being weird. Oh, really? Okay, well. So what happens with that stuff? Is it just like once you get a reputation as a whore, do they start sending you that stuff just I'm just kidding. Do they start sending you like the keys just automatically through your people? My people make sure I get those things in my email box. Oh, my neck is fucked again. Oh, weak. Well, I bought it because, like you said, it was $10, so I'll probably pay it later, unless I watch your review of it and it looks like it's a piece of trash. Are you streaming it today? I don't have. You don't have people. You have folks. Okay, like I understand. You have folks instead of people. That's a much more German sentiment. I like it. Nice. Okay. Let's over. So the change, this inability to jump from place to place started happening when we changed the way the keys work, right? So let's see. Let's make a commit for everything we did yesterday. And then let's look through what we had. Let's see. There's a few sites for key aggregation that can speed you through sometimes. Nice. Good for you, dude. You're a baller. You're very yeet. I'm sure that's what the kids say. Okay. Yeah, if you stream, I didn't get to see your stream yesterday. I ended up getting stuck doing work stuff because it was a board meeting. And so far, so good. I still have a job, so that's good for today. Nice. Let's see. So the symptoms which are weird, which I can't explain, are when we're doing the jobs one by one, they work properly, but when we have them stacked up, they don't work. I swore I thought it was because of the job puller, like the job runner. But maybe that's not the case. Let's see. It's like, yeah, it's like their movement is stopping before it's ready, which is weird. It's going, we were looping from 0. What's the path piece? We were looping from 0. Figured it out. We'll have to do it again. I hope you're going to have an exceptional Friday, though, Yeti. I mean, it's Friday after all, so huzzah. Oh, man, I hate sleeping wrong. Like, my daughter's been sleeping in our bedroom, and she has a tendency to, like, make me have to sleep weird, so I, like, nights in a row I've had to sleep all contorted. Morning, Freeman. Having the impression that this game is some type of GUI roguelike. So, good morning and hello. So this game is a story generator that is going to be very RimWorld-like, but it's going to be also Dwarf Fortressy. Because when I started playing RimWorld, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is like a visual Dwarf Fortress. The things I don't like about RimWorld that we'd like to do different here are multiple Z levels, so you can build bases, you know, underneath the ground. Have some more Firefly elements on like the side of the story. But overall, it will be like a storyteller, very driven by, you know, an AI director that tells, you know, things to happen, and people do what you tell them to do based on like their skills and whatnot. So it'll be very similar to that, but I'm looking to have more of the depth and storytelling that Dwarf Fortress has. I mean, RimWorld has very good storytelling, but it didn't really go as far as Dwarf Fortress does, and some of the more insane things that can happen. So yeah, and good morning, sir. I hope you're having a good day, wherever, or sir or ma'am. I hope you're having a good day wherever you are. Let's see. We're just spending some time trying to button up a couple weird bugs in the job system, because it's a foundational piece of code, so it needs to work, right? And right now we're having an issue where if you run jobs singularly, like one at a time, they work fine, but if you try to put multiple jobs through at the same time, they shit the bed. Technical term, of course. I know nothing of Dwarf Fortress. I got an idea of Rimworld though, since my best friend plays it. Nice. Well, yeah, Dwarf Fortress is much. It's a ASCII art based game, so it's all text based. So it's the learning difficulty, the learning curve is like through the roof compared to Rimworld, but its depth is also through the roof. Like it's like a very much deeper Rimworld. But at the end of the day, they're all story generators, right? They're all like, this is the story of how you die, or how your base gets destroyed by dragons, or how it burns down and gets raided by mechanoids, things like that. Yeah, everyone feels, I don't know. I find it that most normal people feel weird being called sir, but I just do it as a sign of respect. Like, I also don't like being called sir. I'm like, I work for a living, don't call me sir. But, yeah, most people that do it are typically trying to be kind. Let's clear this out. Let's chop wood. See, doing them one by one works. And then the second we add in multiple of them at the same time, it's gonna shit the bed. Okay, so let's see what the path is. Because we've been trying to debug what's going on there. Gee, mister, thanks for the stream. Hey, gee, mister, would you like a piece of candy? Hey, would you like a piece of candy? I have a piece of candy in my pocket. You just gotta reach in and get it. Hey, kids, how you doing? Get over here, Chris. Come on, Chris. Okay, so the first job is gonna be fine. Gonna work through it. Okay. Character's set to go to 2140. Is this the right one? Where's the work for the old job? So this is the first job. What is the... We're just spitting out path piece. Okay, that's what we're saying. Path piece. So I should say path piece for this too then. When this move gets set up. Shortest path. Oh, there's the path pieces. So this thing has 3... We're starting at... When he originally started, he was starting at 14142. So his path piece was 1925 to 20. So it was going from one hex to the next hex on the Y, and then to the next hex on the X. No, it's not open sourced at the. It's not open sourced today. Like, it was an idea that I had years ago to sell. I don't know. Maybe one day. Who knows? Like, I don't have anything against open source, but we'll see. For now, it's all just me making my dream. But thank you for asking. But chat's been super helpful since I've been streaming this for the past like month, and thank you for the first anniversary of the month of being affiliated, Yeti. Thank you so much. And good morning, Balar. How are you doing? Like, I feel like I'm having an epic battle with this music right now. I'm glad to hear you're doing well, Balar. At least you can get up more on time than Philip, that sleepyhead. There's already 2 Germans here. Philip's like the last German. He's like the odd German out. He's... Oh, there could be a show instead of like The Odd Couple. It could be like The Odd German. It's you two, like, prim and proper Germans, and then Philip comes in, just all Philipping and everything. Philip the oddball German. Good morning, yeah. My name's Philip. I'm very different than the other ones. And it could be like, where's Waldo, but where's Philip? So that was 3 pieces of the path. Let me copy that screenshot so we can compare it. Or let me take a screenshot so we can compare it. There we go. Boop. Bippity boop. Copy, 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 copy. Oh, the music is too quiet? Cool, thank you for letting me know, because I can't always tell. I have it turned up for me, like, I did what you taught me to. There. Let me know if that's any better. Philip, the last German. You could be like the last airbender. Okay, so it's looping through, okay. But hopefully that answered your question, Freeman. Adult film set in a tribal era. Oh, that was an image. That was an image I could have done without this early in the morning. Get her, boys. What? Oh. Oh Lord. Or hey, it could be like Futurama where it's all snoo. So it could be like, get 'em girls, you know. Be that too. Okay, hold on. Let me find the fucking. Oh, where is it? Right there. Driving drums. Okay, driving drums. Nobody likes you. We're going away. Hold on, let me find a different album. Technology and sci-fi. This should be interesting. This is called Information Soundscapes. We're succeeding in doing things as a team. An adult film. Oh Jesus, Eddie, that was fucking ridiculous. It's too early. It's too early to laugh like that. I'll wake the whole fucking house up. Okay, this fucking. Nope. Fuck that. This is too fucking kitschy. If you ain't feeling the apple, I don't give a damn. Ambient. Let's see. Oh, okay. Back to debugging, pathfinding for great justice. You ain't feeling the apple. If you ain't feeling the apple, I don't give a damn. So we're deleting the job here. Here's where her OP shit gets set. Here's where she's grabbing the new job. Actually. Oh, cool. Well, good luck, Freeman. I'm sure you'll be okay. They're a good group of folks. How'd you find them, if you don't mind me asking? Nice. Well, how'd you find their team page? Like, were you just ended up watching live coder streaming, or like I didn't know about them until someone in my chat was telling me about them and said, "Hey, you might be a good fit here." And I looked and I was like, "Oh yeah, let's try it." Well, I'm pretty new myself. I'm only like a week in. I applied like 3 weeks ago or something. So, what seems to happen is that the job goes to done before the worker is totally done walking to where they're going. So let's see if we can button up that code at all or find any like gaps in the logic there that might be causing this weird behavior. Because if we singularly add jobs, they work. But if we add them in bulk, the first one works and the second one doesn't quite work. So something is just not in a good state. Which is probably why Shadow's like, hey, you should make this all into a state machine, asshole. A friend recommended them to you. Awesome. Nice. Cool. Yeah, I think they do, like, they go through batches, since they've been growing so much, they go through, like, spurts of them. Like, do them batches. And I think, Charles was, I think he was back yesterday, but he was traveling on Wednesday, so. I know, I think they do it on, like, a certain day. Like, I think last time they did it, like, I found out over the weekend, because they did it on, like, a Friday, so maybe they'll do it today. I wonder if it's all the timing. I'm still new enough that I don't know the whole circumstances of how it works. But I can look at your application later when I'm offline and thumbs up it or whatever. But I'm sure you'll be fine. So we're trying to debug a pathfinding, not a pathfinding issue, but just a logic issue. Where some things are happening in weird orders. So here's where she's doing her first move. She's following the path to the end location. Oh, I was, fuck, I don't know. I was just saying good luck. I think they review like once a week or something. Like that's what it seems like from their cadence, but maybe not. I'll take a look at your application after the stream and thumbs up it. Oh, you're fine. Don't worry about it. You don't have anything to apologize for. I appreciate you being here. What's your normal stream schedule going to be? And where are you located? Are you in the States or in Europe or Asia? Sure. Oh, no, don't share the, well, I don't know. You can try. I mean, I guess it's just a GitHub thing, so I guess it's not the end of the world. But it posts through to the Discord on the back end, so we see it on the back end. Oh, cool. That's awesome. My mom did like the family tree, and I mean, she's a lot more Irish. Like her family's a lot more Irishy sounding than we are. But she posted, she showed us like our family tree a long time when I was a kid, and showed we were like mostly Irish with some German, Dutch, Scottish, and Welsh. No fucking British, you know. That's how she rolls. Nice. Are you a student still, or like being able to stream full time would be, says to me like you're still like either a student or you're like super fucking already wildly successful streaming and you don't got no time for working a 9 to 5. Either way, good luck. So we set here's where she's moving. She's gotten there. And how's it saying she's done? Like, it shouldn't fall out. That piece of the job shouldn't fall out till she's done. So how's that happening? Oh, I'm Romanian, they moved to Ireland 2014. Nice. Cool. Right on, man. Good luck. I'll have to check out one of your streams. What are you streaming? Like, are you working on a game? Or are you, just learning, or you know, what's the thing you focus on? Oh, cool. Haskell development. Nice. Good old functional languages. So you're a special kind of crazy. I like it. Crazy like a fox. I like being super frustrated by having to trace everything back from fucking callbacks. A lot of fun. Of course, I have no hair left, so... I mean, I totally wouldn't be surprised if you have no hair. Or it's all like a thick white coat from seeing some shit. Nice. Oh yeah, I can't stream my work. I mean, if I could stream my work, then I would totally stream my work, but they would be... We're doing a lot of stuff that's not, that's a lot more ahead of the game than our competitors, so I'd get super in trouble. We don't want to give them any opportunity to catch up. We want to kill them and destroy them and take their land for ours. The capitalist way. Nice, that's really cool. That's really neat that you're allowed to stream your work. That's really neat. Like I would stream all the time if I could stream my work. Like that's I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of jelly there. Morning, Shadow Sir. How are you doing? What's the good word?
Hello.
How's your engine coming along? Shadow here is making a Visual Basic based DirectX 11 game engine for people that want to develop video games. So it's pretty cool. Hey, well, if you're your own boss, then good for you. Streaming your own... Okay, where did the fucking sound go? You know, when one song stops, you start the next song. That's how that works. Damn browser. Okay. So from the changes we made the other day, Shadow, we went into a situation where it's weird. So now that we're giving people a job, like instead of being at the location where they're supposed to work, we find a hex that's walkable next to it. And I'm totally rubber ducking you right now, sorry. So we used to have the job would be you have to go to the hex where you're at. I changed all the logic to be like you have to be 0 away for the job to start. And then I realized that the reason I had the work starting in the hex next door was because without walkable, mountain tiles aren't walkable. Like, you can't mine in the fucking hex of the mountain. That would be stupid. So we had it to be walkable hexes, which is why I had all the logic adding that, like, 10 or 14, because that's the distance when you're sitting in the middle of a tile. So we added the concept of a job move location so that the job starts where it is, but the job move location is the closest, based on the A-Star Pathfinder, the closest walkable hex. So we make that is where you move to. And now it's in a state where if we singularly add jobs, it works. But if we batch a couple jobs at the same time, the first job gets done and the second job doesn't. So I also noticed it looks like they get their job, the colonist stops moving and the job jumps to a done state for the move before they're actually in the right spot. So I need to check that. Yesterday I returned to work just for one day and I'm going to go back to work on Monday. I could no longer see your streams. Hey, don't worry about it, Shadow. I appreciate it. And you know, it happens to the best of us having to work. Real life always takes the front seat, so don't worry about it. I'll be here. I'll be in Discord if you want to chat when you're not working so you can't watch the streams or whatever. So don't worry about it. It's all good, man. Cool. Good luck, Freeman. I hope you get in. I hope they get your application and everything. I'm like a total nobody here, so I'm not one that can help you much with that. But I wish you good luck, sir. I'm sure you'll do great. Dubstep is done, so that's where we're doing the work. So her distance is 10 right here. Still 10. Current waypoint. Thank you. I think it takes time for the person who needs to decide to go through them. Yeah. Yeah, totally. Yeah, it took me like a couple weeks. So I just moved on with my stuff and forgot about it because I didn't have any expectation of how long it would take. So when they like popped in over the weekend when I was doing Let 'em Dare last weekend, and they're like, "Hey, you got approved," I was like, "Fucking awesome! That's great. That is super cool." So it goes from the distance is 10 here. Job step complete. And that's in job queue manager, right? Rider's already open. What are you freaking out about? There we go. Line 720 of the job queue manager. So the move to here. So it's falling through here from here to here. Let's actually add more debugging here so we can see what's going on. The move. Oh, cool. I'll take a look at it after stream. It also posts through to the Discord, so we'll get to see it whenever people come through. So so the thing being, which I didn't know at the time, like if somebody knows a person, like, oh, they're a really good streamer, like that's what happened to me. Like I was streaming, and then a couple people, or I guess from the team, were watching my stream, and then they poked me privately, like, hey, you should apply. And then I applied, and then when I looked at my application, they had said on the application, like, oh, this person's a really good streamer. I've watched them. They're good content. I think they'd be a good part of the team, which was fucking awesome, by the way. Like that was really weird to like see people say nice things about me when yeah, it was really weird. It's hard for me to take compliments, you know. So hopefully there's people like on the team that like, especially your buddy that recommended you. He's probably on the back end already like commenting on application like, this guy is the best around, you know, things like that. So when we do the inner loop, which the inner loop doesn't really do anything, right? So why the heck are we even doing that? I guess this is why the person is staying in here. Job state goes to not in progress, read break, which that's not what's happening here. Moving to destination. The inner job is going to be colonist. Job who. Name. We get less crap. And then the job state. In progress. Since moving to destination. But I'd also like to get their position of the colonist. Let's see where their transform is at the time. I don't think I really need double copies of that. So let's start and see if anything comes out about what the fuck might be happening there. Interesting issues indeed. Are you done recompiling it? While we're young, sir. There we go. Okay. See, is the editor like going crazy on... Has anything got a big old memory leak somewhere? Let's see. Just want to make sure. Sometimes that can totally bone everything up too. Okay. Restart the run. A view we could actually see, please. Thank you. Okay. While we're young. Make a note of one thing I want to look at. Okay. Morning, Larry. How you doing, sir? You should be streaming right now, sir. Why aren't you streaming? Get back to work, Larry. Hope you're having a good morning, sir. Is it? Let me bounce the editor. It's being awfully laggy. Laggier than normal. Oh man, and I forgot to tweet as well. I'm the worst at this job indeed. Close this. Hey, I said close because we're gonna reboot you. You are being big jerkface McJerkerton. Oop. Reopen the editor. Because it's being a little bit of a poop face. Poopy McPoop face, as it were. Nice. That's awesome, dude. It was really fun stopping by. I didn't know you were getting off at the same time. I was like, oh, I'm getting ready to leave, but I see Larry's here, and Larry's awesome. Because while, like when I first joined the team, I'd set myself to be like auto-hosting the team members, and then I saw like all throughout the day I was hosting people. And then I was like looking through, like I got on early yesterday, and I was on before there were any other live coders, and like nobody was fucking auto-hosting me. So I was like, you know, fuck that. So I turned it off. And then I added you. I added Sika Player. I added people on the team that I actually thought were like, I like everybody, but I was like, you know, I've actually seen your stuff and you've been like awesome, so I wanted to do that. Like, I don't have anything against auto hosting people, but when it's like, when I went on and I was like, there's no auto hosts and I was the only team member on, I was like, okay, well, if nobody is auto hosting, then I'm not gonna auto host either. So not that I have anything against it. It was just like, well, I mean, I'm small potatoes anyway, so what does it matter? What does it matter? No, they're totally nice people. Like, yeah, don't get me wrong. It was just that one on by default, so. It was like all throughout my day, I'd see OBS be like, oh, you've hosted this person, you've hosted that person. I was like, good lord. Busy as a bee. Oh, this is totally, well, no, it's not that it's a bad time slot. It's not that I'm not trying to complain. I just noticed, it was just something that I noticed. Like, I noticed things. So when it was like, oh, you should auto host to support your team, and I did because it was on by default. And then I just looked, I was like, a couple days now, I was like, okay, there's no like auto hosts set up. So I guess that's the culture to not auto host, which is fine. I noticed things. So I will fit into the culture and adapt. Okay, let's see. Let's lock the camera. Set up to chop some wood. Chop it of wood. Actually, let me clear the logs first before I do the wood. Got weird. Let's pause. Let's look at the logs. Let's look at her. Her next move is set to done already, which it isn't, because the Pathfinder stops. The Pathfinder thinks it's already there, which is totally not right. But I think I think that's just a symptom of whatever the larger issue is, so we're trying to dig through that and figure out what that's going on there. But yeah, let me close Photoshop too, because my computer's like having a rough morning. It's like, no, I hate you. No. That was some of our team goals we got done in the last year. Because it was my 1 year or 2 year anniversary yesterday, so I just wanted to look through. I always like to go through like what I've accomplished in the year, and then it turned into like what did the team accomplish, and we got a lot done in a year. It was pretty impressive for like such a small team in a startup. Oh yeah, I don't normally I don't get to stream during the day because I normally get up early. So I was like, if I'm gonna get up early, I should just stream early because I work early and then leave, and then I wind up going to bed early. On the weekends, I have a normal American schedule, so I'll be up on Saturday at a more normal time, and Sunday I'll be up in the morning before I spend the rest of the day with the kids. Because like yesterday when you were talking about focusing too much on work and missing some of the things, I was like, yeah, I can totally see that, because I sometimes tend to work and forget things that I should be focusing on. Dude, what is up with OBS right now? Is OBS, let's see, is my internet being weird, or I'm not dropping any frames, so I wonder if Twitch is just being an asshole. Let us look. Thanks for distracting me from what I want to do, Twitch. You turkeys. Yeah, what does Twitch say? Yeah, so for some reason, like, Twitch keeps, like, my bitrate just goes to, like, 40,000, and that just fucks everything up. It's like, dude, OBS is set to do 6K, so stop fucking being ridiculous, will you? Okay. Back to debugging. Yeah, I wonder if it's, like a Twitch thing, Yeti, because it's super weird, like I didn't change OBS at all, and it's like, oh, frame rate's 40,000, or like for the bitrate. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I do not want that. And then it'll like level out for a little bit, then it like freaks out again. It's super fucking weird. Yeah, my internet's totally fine. Otherwise, I'm like, I have gigabit. And it's like super copacetic and awesome, but it's okay. I'm sure they're under a lot of load with everything. Okay, so we added here, okay, we added the true position so we can see when she's moving now for the original job. So her 3 pieces of the Pathfinder, she has 3 different, 3 different array items for the Pathfinder to go from point A to point B. It's using an A-star Pathfinder, which is pretty common. I'm sure it's not the most efficient, but it gets the job, when it works, it gets the job done. When it doesn't work, well, that means I fucked something up. Because it just works, like it's code. It does what you tell it to do. If it fucks up, it's because you've told it to do. If you've told it to fuck up. I'm only doing what you told me to, Dad. I'm fucking up. Okay, so it's following the path from here, go to there. The distance is 38. This is the path before we increment the target ID. Hey, have a good day, Larry. I'll pop on. Are you going to be on for the same amount of time? Like another 4 hours? If not, if you're going to be on longer, I'll raid you again. Exactly. It always does exactly what you tell it to. So it's 99.9% of the time it's you fucked something up. Like, it's broken. No, you're broken. See you, Larry. Thank you for stopping by. And have a good day, sir. And if I don't, since weekend's your family time, have a good weekend with your family, man. Thanks for all the kind words. It feels super weird to have people say nice things about me. Yeah, no worries. I play life by ear too. You guys are awesome. Especially you, Mr. Yeti. Have a good day, sir. I can't wait to see some Chimera Squad. Hopefully you're about to go record it. I appreciate you stopping by. That means a lot to me, sir. Thank you. You're a good donut. Are you, what? You didn't fucking buy it when it was $10? You're like, you should buy it. Hold on. Is it still $10? Let me see. Let me get this off the fucking screen. Jeez. One, let me install it. I mean, because 15 gigs, why wouldn't I want this? I mean, come on. It's XCOM. XCOM's awesome, except when it's not. If it's not awesome, it was only $10. But let's see what the store page says. Let's see. Fucking, yeah, hold on. Fucking nonsense of Yeti not having goddamn fucking an XCOM game. Fuck, you'll have it in a second. You crazy person. Purchase as a gift for Commander Yetiatron. Because Yeti is the best spaghetti. Gonna move. There's Mr. Yeti. Closet Yeti. Sorry, I'm giving Yeti a game because Yeti needs. It's just un-American that Yeti doesn't have XCOM. Okay, what account is this on? 539. Hold on, almost done. Almost done. No, not from you. You too. You. Okay. In what world does Yeti Spaghetti not have XCOM? Almost done. I gotta put in my little doobie code. Dude. Almost done, chat. Thank you for being patient. You guys are the wind beneath my wings. Okay. My fingers just wanna be fingery today. Okay, fuck that. Let's do it from here. Do it from my phone. Oh, actually, is that the... Oh, that's actually a different one. I just have to change this fucker here. Okay, hold on. I'm not looking at chat. I'll be back in a second. Sorry. I'm having to do that focus on something else thing. I really apologize. But I mean, some things are really important. Some things just have to be done immediately. Or, you know, all pandemonium breaks loose. And it's just a bad time. Might change that to this and do... Give me some of this and some of this. Okay, some of this. Some of this. A little bit of that. Okay, there we go. This guy here. Yeah, that's all you. Then we go there. Then we go there. And then we go to this guy here. And then we go to that guy there. Numbers. This is very good music for like doing this. It's like very intense, you know, drama music for sending. In a fucking world we're not gonna fucking see Yeti fucking play XCOM. No, who the fuck out of here with that shit. Okay, there. You're all good. There's balance in the force now. Or something. The chi and the feng shui matches. There. Keep fucking not gonna see Yeti play XCOM. How am I gonna know if I need to buy the goddamn game? Well, I already bought it. How am I gonna know if I'm gonna play the game if Yeti doesn't tell me if it's any good? I mean, come on now. That's just crazy talk. Cool. Have a good time, sir. Have a fun day at work. I shall see you later. Okay, back to our fucking internal struggles of great justice. Trying to debug this issue where it looks like the job gets set to complete before the colonist gets to where they need to be. So that's their position, where they're moving. She's moved a little bit, and her destination is... Yeah, why don't we just... Okay, let's, one, show the destination here. If we're having an issue with like, oh, the destination's not being set properly, it's like, well, then set the fucking destination. It's not that hard. It's not rocket science. the inner loop. So we'll just spit out moving to destination true. So her name, what's it spitting out? Her name, job states in progress, distance there, moving to destination true, and then the position where she is, and also what's your fucking destination? Like, what is the destination? Clean this up a bit. And the destination will be 5. The destination that we're moving to, it's gonna be my game object. Which is what a fucking descriptive, my game object. That's super descriptive, the fact that it's a colonist. What a fucking rookie mistake I used to make all the time, jeez Louise. So we'll spit out the destination there, let's recompile. Enhance. Enhance. And we're installing the game. We're installing Chimera Squad as we speak, which will be fun. Go away. Nobody wants you here. But we do want the, there we go, the compiling to finish. Okay. Get the logs. Get you up to chop the wood. Chop with the wood. Okay. Pause the game. Get the logs. Moving to 38 from where you're going. Distance 24, our position is here, we're going here. Following the path. And that's actually the object moving. This is the job move to, spitting out details about it, but this is actually the colonist, the pawn following the path to where you're going. And let's see, is there any difference between, it's a long hair. Is there any difference between here to here? Like, their destination's the same, their position is a little bit off, like it's moved a little bit between these two runs. And let's see. And this is, with the distance is 10, job moved to. And now the job is complete. So from here to here, her location went to here, but her destination's really one over, right? Well, no, her work destination was actually different, right? Because the job, let's spit both out. Let's spit out, we know the job destination, but we also should spit out that's the position, it's the destination of the job. Well, this is her destination, which might be different. But let's say the job moved to location. Job moved to. Loc. My game object dot job signed. Oh no, is my job already the right thing? Do we already have my job somewhere in here? Oh, well, my job's the job that comes in, so we already know what the fucking job is, duh. It's like, it's pretty much the thing we pass in, buddy, so yeah, I would hope you'd know what that is. I would hope you've been paying attention. My job dot job move location. Okay. And then here for her pathfinding, which we were seeing that, where were we seeing that? It was in follow path. We're spitting that out. We're spitting that right here. So we're saying going to your position, going to current waypoint, my position, destination, and then we could even do the job destination. Button this stuff up all to make it a little bit easier to read. My pause. Follow path. Pause. And then my position will be, what is your job? Your job is, you reference your job. Oh, your name. Your job's somewhere in here, right? Of course it's somewhere in here. What's it called here? Job? Okay, job assigned. Dot job move location. So there's some disconnect somewhere that we'll see. And we will figure it out together as a team. I just shot water all over my face. The way I lifted the cup, it just went like splashed all over my face. Like, whoa, what the fuck just happened here? What's going on here? Okay. Man. Shoulders. JD jacked. I'd take an Advil, but that'll fuck my tummy up. Since I haven't eaten any food yet this morning. Dude, we had tacos for dinner last night. Oh, it was so good. Pause. Pull up Kimberly. I feel like I'm in I feel like we're in Groundhog's Day where we're just doing this over and over again. And I know it's probably like not the most entertaining thing to listen to, but when we figure it out and we've moved past it, then we can know that shit is like locked down, it works, we've tested the ever-loving shit out of it. And it's not really a matter of like, oh, or you want it to be perfect. It's like, well, it doesn't fucking work right now. Like right now, it is not working in the current configuration. So we need to make sure we move to the offset position that you can walk so that you can mine. And then we need to make sure that it will pick up new jobs, that it doesn't get into this broken state. So it's sometimes you just have to knuckle down and figure out something, even though you don't want to. Even though it sucks all of the ass. Transpause is here. We're going to the job destination. So the destination and job desk are the same thing. Cool. Path before. So here's where she's kicking the path off here. Okay. let's add a little debugger here. Path before. Path. And then index pause. Would be index ID really, right? The index ID we're looking for is target index. Because when we pass in here, we have a path pieces, and then we say path piece. This is this, and then next pause will be, it'll just be I. Okay. So before we even call into follow path, we'll spit out like, here's the pieces of the path, like where you should be moving to, because that will be more helpful on the next run. So we can see like, here's all the pieces of the path. We come through here, we step through. If path link is 0, you can't use a 0 link path. We'll comment that out for now too, because we'll just spit that as well. Current waypoint is here. Moving to destination is false somehow. It'll break out. But we'll get a surprise motherfucker because you'll be forced out of it, even though you shouldn't be. Vector to my position is equal to transform position. Okay. It's weird because we're already doing that, but okay. Okay, whatever. We're already a get columns here. We don't need this transform. Like, move time should be a local variable, right? Why wouldn't it be initialized? We're literally calling this as a child of this. Yeah, it's basically saying move time is move time. Like, where do we set it? We just set it to 1, so it's always initialized. So this is superfluous. We don't need to do that. Go away. We don't need to do you. Going to, it looks like, hey, it looks like I had a similar thing where I added the 0.5s everywhere, but then I just gave up and had them teleport at the end. Just save time. Writing out the debug logging. If my position is equal to the current waypoint, which the current waypoint and the my position are never going to be the same, right? Because which that could be an issue too. So we check to see, let's write that down. We check if my position is equal to the current waypoint, and my position, oh, you can't do it in the if, I guess. Oh, you can, okay. So if my position's current waypoint is the 0.5s, and then my position, no, my position is right here, so we're getting the 0.5s properly. So that's saying if we've hit our destination, then we can increment it. This message could say waypoint reached, because that's what you're really saying. Waypoint reached. What did I call it over here? Way PT. So way PT reached. Path IDX. We're going to increment it. After this, we increment it. And then if target... Target plus plus. So if target index... So we increment it from like 0 to 1. If the target index is greater than or equals to the path length. So the index would be 0. If you're index 0, then you're position 1. If you're index 1, that's position 2. So that would say if... That's why we do the count there, and then say if 2 is greater than or equal to 2, then we know we're at the end of the line. So we know at that point we're... At this point, if this gets triggered, we know we're done. At that point, we're done at the location. And if not, then we set current waypoint equal to the path target index. It's just weird that it just kind of falls through that way. Because this should totally be an else. It shouldn't be like a fall through. Oh, because in case we didn't fall through, like, no, this should be an else. That shouldn't happen just fucking randomly like that. Okay, so this is we're here. Like, we are totally here. We've arrived. Don't I have something that says we've arrived, by the way? Yes, we've reached our destination. Okay, that's for stop moving. Okay. This should say moving object, follow path, set position, destination reached, reached, position set to whatever. Recompile. And try again. For great justice. Good morning, all y'all, by the way.
What do you call a pirate with a blue top hat?
I don't know, what?
I don't know either. The education system has failed me.
Okay, let's clear the logs for all those stuff initialization stuff. Chop of the wood. Chop of the wood. Pause. Her up. This guy here. A little bit more there. Okay. Path request, here's your path pieces. Index position 0, 1, 2. Which is totally fine. Follow path. The waypoint reached, path. For IDX 0. We go into the next waypoint. Waypoint reached with index 1. What up, Dr. Java? Good morning, sir. What's the good word, sir? It's getting to index position 1. So, okay. So 2's never... Let's write it down so I don't fucking forget every time. We have the trusty notebook so we can write things down. Sometimes that just helps. Oh, and I have like taco jizz all over my paper. Taco juice. Okay, so the path is path 0 is 15.5, 140.5. Path 1 is 15.5 by 142.5. Path 2 is 15.5 and 142.5. Or 14.5, I'm sorry. 14.5 by 142, and that's in exposition 2. So here she reached the waypoint of 15.5.140.2, and that's in X0 she got there. Then she steps through. And actually, is the destination the last piece? Let's see. Her destination is 14 by 142. The dest is 14 by 142. And that, in reality, in position terms, is going to be 14.5 by 142.5. Because there's a 0.5 offset to get to the center of the hex. Let's see. Her last position was 14.5, 142. So her final position. Okay, so her final position for the Pathfinder was the actual destination she was supposed to go to. So then, if we look at Path 1, it's 15.5, 142.5. So it is 1 hex away. So the movement actually goes to the 1 hex away. So this could be where our disconnect is when we change to a move location based system. So let's see. Now here's the thing, are we spitting out the... We're spitting out the destination. But the destination that you're moving to, it sounds like you're trying to move to the actual location and not the... Okay, well, it's easy to see. Let's see what this hex is. Because that's... The move location should be where she's at, and the destination should be there. So let's see if there's a disconnect there. There's probably something dumb I did, but it takes a while for me to figure out my dumb mistakes. So she's standing at 14 by 142. So that is where she is standing. So the Pathfinder took her to where she is standing now. And the destination of the piece she's going to, then I would guess, would be 15142. So the real destination, standing at job location, is 15 by 142. So the Pathfinder still... Okay, so the Pathfinder spit out... Morning, Killpon. How you doing, sir? How are you doing, my friend? I am just like you. I'm waiting for me to be done my stream so that we can look at, Dean when he comes online. But good morning, sir. Hope you're doing good. Okay, so path piece comes in at 0. It comes in at 15.5, which is fine. The actual job location is 15.142. That's 15.140. Oh, nice. Nice to see you. Where are you located? Are you in the States or where? I mean, this would be early to wake up in the States, so you're probably Europe-y somewhere? Working with you in the background. UK. Nice. Awesome. Nice. Go. What do you do for work? I am a DevOps engineer by trade who dabbles in hobby game development. Well, I'm trying to get this done. Like, what happened was I started this game in like 2013, like once I played RimWorld, because I was like, fuck this, I need to get this done. And then, it just real life kind of got in the way, and I never got to finish it. So now I'm streaming it to finish it, because now I'm accountable to you guys to get it done. And we've had kind of a bit of a patch here where we're stuck debugging kind of the job system, not the Unity job system, but the system where we farm work out to colonists, because that's like the pawns. That's like the foundation of how everything's going to move. Like friendlies, enemies, like they're all going to be driven by the jobs system in the back end. Okay, so path 1's there. Path 1's is actually 15.5, 142. And then so she gets here. She hits index 0 because she's now at She's now at 15.5, 140.5 basically. Like it's close enough for government work. So she hits the first path. She reached it. Yeah, reached the thing. So she's incremented her index. So then she should be going to 15.5, 142.5, which she does. 15.5. So she's working towards 142.5. So that is totally correct. She's going to 142.5, and that's the current waypoint. So that's copacetic. She's moved a little bit, and her distance from the destination, which is 14 by 142, is 14, which is correct. She reached index 1, then it increments it to index. Waypoint reached. Where do we call that code? That debug. Okay, it's right before we increment the index. So she's here, and then we're gonna say. Then she increments it and says, okay. She goes to 2, and the path length is 3 actually. So this last one. Why doesn't this last one? I'm a PHP senior dev by trade. Oh, cool. Nice. Our legacy stack is written in PHP. So I have to deal with it every day. But it's not like modern. Never mind. I'm not going to say anymore. It's called legacy for a reason. We can leave it at that. Working for a DC. What's a DC? Doing cloud backup API goodness. Nice. Oh, data center. Duh. Fucking what a moron. What's a DC in the context of e-commerce? That would be data center, dumbass. Oh, yes. Data center. I see. Okay. So she hits the index 1 here. And then she keeps moving. And she's only going to be going 1 hex from 15.5, 15.142 to 14.142. Here's where she's going. And she's 14, so she's going a little bit, 14 to 142, so she's almost there. She stepped into the hex, which then, since we're rounding down, she gets there immediately. I'm just surprised that it doesn't trigger the last call thing to stop. That could be the problem right there. Every time I see that fucking seems good icon, when you zoom in it doesn't look like it, but when you don't zoom in it looks like Quill, like Quill18's like face just doing his fucking thing. Like, let me do one, for instance, like that, or like a that. Like they totally remind me of that guy, but then you zoom in on that guy, it's like that's not Quill at all. So job step is complete. So it's triggering like, hey, the job is done. Let's look at the code here. Well, it's saying job step complete, but let's look at the 178. So we got here. So we fell through here because the distance was... Oh, well, no, the game was still moving destination. But then the my distance is checking between the player position and the destination. So it's checking player pause, but player pause is rounded down. Okay, so the second, since we rounded down, so the second we get there, it fucking is like, okay, we're here, the destination is 0, which isn't necessary when the player gets here, which could be part of the issue. I wonder, do we want... Oh, not Whipplesfield. Do we want to do we want to change this to be the actual transform position instead of hex names? Because there's a 0.5 offset from like hexes between the hex location and the between the transform from the grid map. So like the transform position's totally always afloat, so you know there's a one full unit that you can go through from 0.1 all the way to 0.9 and then it leaves the hex. But with the rounding stuff, you get into it and like, okay, you're here because the grid is just an int, so it's got no concept of like the space inside of a hex. It's like you're either in the hex or you're not. Let me blow my nose 1 second. Welcome back, Dr. Java. Client, hey, clients are fucking important, man. It's okay. Sorry, the old morning allergies. Dude, that's amazing, Dr. Java. Good for you. You really have something special. You should take a look at it. I haven't rated a ton of games. I've been working, so I should rate some. So they don't give you more people to rate until you get until you rate the same number. So I've been really bad at that, and that's kind of something I'm bad at. Like last time it was hard for me to get 20, so I haven't rated 20 people yet. So good for you, man. That's really, really awesome. I'm really, really happy for you. Well done, sir. Hopefully that helps push your, that you should build this out and, make a real thing about it. Like, that'll be really cool. Yesterday, Mike tweeted the smart balance is now based on meaningful feedback as well. Oh, so if you get a bunch of people that like your game, even though you don't rate, they'll score better? Cool. That's awesome. Well, good for you, man. That is really, really awesome. I think I have, 3 ratings, and they say, your shit smells like shit, probably. I haven't looked at it, so let's see. It'll kind of... I don't know, maybe I shouldn't. It'll probably be like, oh, kick me right in the teeth. Like, your game sucks, and you should kill yourself. It's like, maybe I don't want to kill myself today. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow. Good job, Wesley. Yeah, I got 4 ratings. No, I don't have a bug in my code, but it's okay. They probably paid in a weird thing. So yeah, cool, but good for you, man. I'm really excited. Yeah, my game wasn't about the... Well, whether it was about the game or not, getting... I don't know. It's hard to explain. I'll talk about it another time. I'm weird, so it's okay. But good for you, man. I am very happy that you have 50 ratings. Are you going to actually continue working on improving it? So do we want to make this actually be the position of the user? Because this thing is triggering falling out, saying we're there before we actually are there. So let's make the old and busted version, just so we have it. We can delete the zombie code later. Old and busted int based approach. This will give us real distances though, because we're no longer gonna floor their. We're no longer gonna floor them. We're gonna just say player position equals the job transform position. And then the distance will be that to my game object destination, which the my game object destination is also going to be... Where's one of the ones we have for the player that actually has the 0.5 in it? Move to location. The waypoint has it there. Hey Killpond, it's on itch.io for now. I paid for a listing on Steam, but I don't have anything there yet. Once we get to the point where we get this basics done, we'll put out an alpha on itch.io for you guys. And then once we make progress, we can work on just publishing the Steam early access stuff. But I feel like it'd be a little early to put something on Steam. So that's why we have itch.io, which I think we have a page for it. Let me see. Is it itch? Damn it. What did I call the command? Now I gotta see. I made a command for it. And I don't remember what the command is because I am a big dumb dummy. I'm a big dumb dummy. No, it's not here. It's the other one. It's that one. Classic Twitch. Do I not have a fucking... I have to have an itch thing. Right? Yeah, website. Duh. Like, what is... There's a command here somewhere. There. That's the itch.io site. So you can follow there. Once we get the builds out, it'll start rolling through. Like, once it gets to a point where I'm comfortable that I'm not just being a... that people are going to call me a piece of shit for putting out like an early access game that's like super undone. Like, that's what I don't want to happen, because that's not the case at all. That'll just be like the internet trolls be like, this guy's putting out a fucking cash grab and he's going to go to Tahiti with fucking Arthur. It's like, no, I'm fucking not, asshole. But so I want to avoid that. But yeah. And then you guys can get early access to it on itch.io to test builds for me and everything before we get there. And like I was telling chat, like the people that are super helpful, like if you guys are here and like helping, like I'll totally give you free keys for it. It's so, part of it's, the most important thing is like, if I can give it to someone, they play it. Obviously it'd be cool to like, hey, like be able to say, I sold a game to someone before, which will be cool. But the most important thing is just making sure like you guys find it enjoyable and fun and meaningful. And we have more of the depth that RimWorld lacked. The multiple Z levels, like the game loop's fun, the story generation is fun, because that's like the favorite part is like I want to play it for myself. Like I want to play this and see make pieces that we can fit together to make like kind of emergent gameplay where we see like crazy shit happening, like when your colonists start starving, they start feeding themselves to your colonists, or in Dwarf Fortress parlance, like you have orcs that move into your base and then they live peacefully until one of your dwarves gets drunk and he rips the throat of an orc stripper, and then there's a race war in your base. Like those kind of things. Like that stuff is interesting. Arthur from Red Dead Redemption. Tahiti was a reference to Red Dead Redemption 2, where they wanted to go to Tahiti, and that's where Arthur is. So Red Dead, yeah. I love me some Red Dead Redemption. So we're gonna grab. We have the current waypoint comes from here, but where do we have? My game object destination is, my game object is the player, right? And then, yeah, that's the colonist. And the destination isn't granularly capped, right? Where do we set the destination? The destination. So we set the destination here. So the destination set to there. So where do we fucking call set destination? Hey, you're doing destination without fucking setting destination, asshole. You're just fucking calling. It's a property and you're just calling it. What kind of monster are you? You're a monster. Yeah, does anything even call set destination? Now move to does. Sets the destination. This dot, and we're already here, so we don't need to do all this shit, right? Like, we're already who we say we are, so that's not necessary. Moving to destination true, we should really just toggle moving to destination. RDR2 is the reason I hate Fortnite. RDR2 lost to Fortnite in Game of the Year due to popularity. Vote by kiddies and parents of kiddies. Fortnite's a great game, it is, but on a technical level, it's not that special. RDR2 is. I mean, it's okay to be bummed that your choice didn't win. But I mean, Fortnite's a fun. I really liked the Fortnite before the BR. Like I had the Fortnite and I played it with my buddies, where it was like defending against the creeps and stuff. Like I've never really played the BR version of it because like building while you play seemed weird. But I don't know. I mean, I totally get your sentiment though. I always remembered reading an article about remakes and Starship Space Station 13, which is what Space Station 13, which is what Stationeers is based off of, because Dean loved Space Station 13. TLDR was basically, if you started today, it would take you 10 years to get something even remotely close, and that's what people don't realize going into remake projects. Oh yeah, totally. That's why I'm not gonna wait until it's feature complete to release it, but it needs to have like a basis of things there. And yeah, I think that's what happened to Tynan when he started with Dwarf Fortress, or with RimWorld. He was trying to copy Dwarf Fortress and realized there's a ton of shit you have to do, and you have to put the time into it. Like Dwarf Fortress is, what is it, more than 10 years worth of work to build this. So it's like, that's a long time, and the longer you make it, the more you know the systems, and the easier it gets to add stuff. So it's not like someone coming in from the scratch that has to like add all these things and figure out all these problems. Like it's really hard. Yeah, but the awards aren't for the devs, they're for the people. Like aren't there industry awards? Are you talking about an industry award? Because like I'd expect an industry award to be more focused on what the industry says. Like how there's the Academy Awards versus like I'm gonna fuck this up, but there's one that's the award that's voted on by people, and then there's the awards that are voted on by like the fucking critics. So I mean, I'm not surprised like of people were able to vote a game in like a popularity contest, but if there's like a development based or if there's like an award that is done by the game developers, then I would expect that to be more focused on the things you're saying. If any of that made any sense. I was kind of rambly, so my bad. Underrated advancements. No, RDR2 is awesome. I love RDR2. Like I don't think I bought it for the PC yet, but I do want to play it again. I really liked it. It was really hard to it was hard to finish. Like, it was really hard for me to finish. But I did watch playthroughs of it. Like, I didn't get through. It was hard to finish because I had trouble. I don't want to spoil it. I had trouble with the part before the epilogue, so that I got to the. Actually, no, I did finish it. No, I did. Because I remember being super happy when I shot that fucking asshole in his face. You know the asshole I'm talking about. So that felt good. But then, but it was really hard. It was really, really emotionally draining for me to do that. Morning, Philip. Nice to see the late German is finally here. 2 other Germans have already come and gone before you've gotten here, Philip. You're like, we talked about it. We're gonna make a TV show. Instead of like The Odd Couple, it'll be The Odd German, and you'll be the odd German out. And I'm just teasing, so don't take that. I hope you don't take that the wrong way. Hopefully you laugh. That's the intention, is to make you laugh, not to make you pissed off. It's like, you motherfuckers. I'm gonna burn down your goddamn stream, sir. I'm getting on a boat right now, and I will be there in 3 or 4 months because I don't have enough money to pay for a good ticket. I'm in stowage, and we have to make some stops at places, but I'll get there in a couple months, and I will burn your fucking house down, sir. Good morning. I hope you're having a good time. You get double hellos. Okay, so set 1. Why are we not setting the destination the same way? Destination should be end, but we should set destination to end. So call it here. And then we can put crazy things like debug logging to say that we actually set the destination. No, crazy stuff. Crazy stuff like debug logging. Yeah, I wrote a lot of this code like 7 years ago, so it's like, fuck, I've learned a lot since then. I was like, fuck me. This is garbage code. Garbage code. That's okay. But thank you for the input, Killpond. I agree with you. moving to dest is true. That makes sense. Although we should toggle it, right? Although maybe we would do an override it there, so let's keep that there. That kind of works for the most part. But I'd like to see when we call new move, pass in where you get used from. You're the one calling new move to me from here. And you're picking my destination. Kind of like an interesting your destination is getting set. The Pathfinder, right? Pathfinder's doing the destination. Yeah, I started this. Yeah, I like to swear at myself. I started this in 2013 after. So RimWorld came out in the late 2013. For early access, I got it like the first day I saw it. I played it. I was like, man, this is a lot like Dwarf Fortress with like a UI. This is gonna be awesome. And then I saw it was like missing a lot of stuff because it was really early. It was like literally brand new. It didn't have a lot of features. So I was like, I can do this too. Let me start on it. So I started on that project, that path. But I was super junior with everything. I didn't know how a lot of the stuff worked, and I still don't. Like by my own admission, I'm not a professional game developer, so I don't have the ramp that like I do in like my professional role, where everything's just old hat to me and I've done everything before. This is all very much learning. So I started on that job. I started on this, and then at work, I was a director at a company, so I had like a big team and a lot of pressure, and then you kept hitting these like road bumps, like, okay, how do I solve this problem? You spend like a week or two trying to solve it, you bust through it, and you keep pushing on and you keep pushing on. But eventually that grows tiresome. So the reason I'm streaming now is because at least while I'm here, I'm accountable to you guys to get it done, to not give up and not lose steam. Kind of like the way Dean said it yesterday, which I thought was like really, really awesome, was the way he broke it down, which I thought was great. He's like, think of it like an essay. I've never gone to college, so I don't know what an essay is, but he's like, find the parts you enjoy, do those. Then you get that feeling of accomplishment to keep your motivation up. Then spend some time knocking on the hard problems. But you can't get into a spot where you're gonna burn yourself out and you're gonna lose your motivation. So I really like the way he said it. I totally agree, and that's what I'm hoping the streaming does, is it keeps us like going forward. Like, and to be totally 100% fair, like Chad has been awesome. Like Shadow's been helping, Zach's been helping. We had a guy from Poland, which I haven't seen again. YS, I think his name was. They were helping with like changing some of the way originally I started doing the job system to be more of a state machine, and that helped tremendously to resolve a lot of errors. So we fixed a lot of that. So chat's been super duper helpful, and here's how you do it the right way, and I'm very appreciative of that level of help. So I hopefully that answered your question a little bit. Future me, you should have learned by now, you dipshit. That's totally true. What's taking you, Song? Are you yeah. Are you just a moron? Yes, I'm just a moron. One path found. Where do we set our destination? Because we're just calling a move from my player destination, so where the hell am I setting the destination? For myself. Deleting the main job, okay. So we're doing a moving to destination. Set destination. So where the hell am I setting all my destinations? Just on end. So I'm doing it from end. So job move to. So that sets my destination here. Okay. And then I call it. Okay, so I call it there. I also call it here for new move. But I call new move down here. So if I set destination here and then call new move, that's if there's no distance set. Then why the fuck do I call Why do I do that in the very beginning? Why am I doing that twice? Because you're stupid. That's why you're doing it twice. Like, why do I... Okay. Listen, dumbass. You're setting the destination. You're setting your new move. Why do I need to do this up here? I shouldn't need to do it up here. Unless there's something I need for it. Like, this seems dumb. Go up here. Ooh, I can comment right out from that window. Nice. Have you seen... I don't know. Let me see. Have you seen... Is there more to game architecture than... I don't know. Is there more to game architecture than ECS? Is he saying ECS like entity component system? Probably. Probably have to know what your game's going to do rather than just have it there. Let me save it to I think I have a Unity folder. Unity later. Cool, thank you for sharing, Killpon. I appreciate it, sir. It's like I try to find time to watch stuff like that, and I do. But then I don't want to get bogged down in like analysis paralysis where it's just like I don't do anything because I'm just so busy looking at stuff. Like I'd rather release the shittiest game that is a pile of garbage that nobody likes rather than watch videos trying to make it perfect. And if like nobody ever likes it, whatever, nobody likes it, but at least I can say like in my head like, okay, I got it done. It was a pile of garbage. Let's learn from that and like make another game and get it to done and learn and not make it a pile of garbage. So there's going to be like just a normal progression of like even your like day-to-day job. Like you didn't start out as a senior developer, you started out as a shitty noob, and I started as a shitty noob, and we both learned our way up and we grew our skill sets. So I look at this as the same thing. Like I'll release this, it'll probably be hot garbage potentially, and then I'll learn from that and do the next thing. It'll help be less hot garbage, and then the next thing will be less hot garbage, and then so on and so forth up the ladder of, you know, experience. Just like Bob Ross says, anything you can do, any skill you can do, you know, the more you do it, the better you'll be at it. So this is where it's setting the location. So this would just become... Vector 2. Let's add the 0.5 offset to this. Let's pass that in here because we're not going to set the destination because that's dumb. Like what a fucking moron thing to do. You sack of garbage. So now it should path directly to the location. So we should see 0.5s. Because I was trying to find out where was it getting pruned down to the grid reference and not the world space reference. He talks about how to manage game architecture. Okay, then I'll watch that one then. Thank you, Killpon. I appreciate it. I have the feeling it could really have done so well then. I wish I kept the art style pixel size consistent for my Elden entry. Dude, that's really, I mean, really good for you, Dr. Java. Like, that's really cool that you've gotten so many people like that liked your style. I really liked it. I thought it was awesome. Like, it was super duper awesome. Especially if you can like work on that motion sickness thing with the backgrounds and stuff. Like, if you reach out to Closet Yeti, the guy that was in here earlier, one of my mods, like he's a YouTube content creator, so he's really good at that stuff. So if you give him a copy of your game, he can probably give you a lot of pointers on how to make it better. He's a really good dude. I've known him for like 7 years. I lived in California when I first started watching him, so it's been a long time. Like he's a big RimWorld guy, so that's why I think I found him through RimWorld. I'm pretty sure because when I was in my RimWorld kick when it first started in development. I'm a shit game dev since I have issues getting going. I get bogged down. Yeah, I get bogged down in details too. So what, like my mantra with like my day job as well as this is like never let perfect be the enemy of good enough. and I try super hard to do that. But I fall prey to it sometimes too. It's like a buggy game that's out is better than a perfect game that is not out. Like when people were talking about Pantheon taking too long to get out, Code Carnage was kind of like, well, yeah, the game needs to be out. Like it should be out with bugs. But if they're going to make it perfect, it'll never see the light of day. Nobody will ever get to appreciate it. Nobody will ever get to give feedback. So I kind of feel that way too. Like if I don't get this out, then no one's going to be able to tell me it's shit. I'll just think it's shit in my head. It's like, so I just have to get it done. So I totally feel you, Coupon. You can do it though. I want to make a multiplayer game, but Unity is crap and Unreal is slow as hell to work with. Well, Unity's not crap. Like you saw Dean yesterday talking about you didn't use some of the UNet stuff. He used his own low level stuff. So you can write your own low level code. Like I'd imagine you or I could probably do it a little bit better since we're more businessy oriented with like infrastructure. We're not game devs, so we understand like here's how servers work. Here's how you send packets back and forth. Like I think that would give us an advantage over a game dev who doesn't really have the concept of how like the internet works. So I think that's a big part of why some things for Unity suck. I'm confident you can write good netcode. It's just a matter of like it's a demarcation, right? Like game devs and like backend engineers, like these are totally different skill sets. Like I feel like I would be great at making a multiplayer game, and which I'm sure you would too, because you would be able to set up the backend infrastructure because you know how it works. You know how to do in e-commerce. We know how to do high throughput things that are super efficient, and hammer that away. Where game devs don't fucking know that. They're just like, can you make it go? It's like, can't you just? It's like it's just a different skill. Just like we're not great at game dev, we're way better at like e-commerce stuff. Yeah. Yeah, I love UDT. Yeah, it does have crap multiplayer out of the box. But a lot of their shit is crap out of the box, which is one of my big... As much as I love them, that's one of my criticisms. Like, trying to spend my Let 'em Dare, I was working on using the job system and the burst compiler, and the shit that they give you doesn't fucking compile. It doesn't work out of the box. Like, it just does not work. And you think that would be something... They're like, oh, well, these are building pieces. It's like, motherfucker... You install this and then you try to build. It does not work. That is a QA failure. That's not we didn't do it pieces. That's you're being fucking lazy, and you know how to do it right, and you're expecting us to know how to do it right, but you don't give the documentation for us to do it right. So we have to fucking spend 4 hours in a competition to try to figure out how to fucking get it to work. It's like that is the frustrating piece, because there's so much potential, and then they just fuck it up by making bad choices or just missing the easy shots, man. Dude, the burst compiler, I was able to move 1,000 mono behaviors at like 300 frames a second, and that wasn't even like, that was totally non-optimized. That was just a sprite that I made moving that shit around. Like it was really good in the editor. So it wasn't as good as what Dean wrote, but I also didn't do any passes on like being efficient about it. I was just, let's see what we can do. And then even after we added colliders and everything to it, it still got like 60 frames a second for me. So it was kind of good. I can fix all this myself, but this is a prototype in 48 hours. It's totally a prototype, Dr. Java. I don't want you to give up on it. I want you to keep going with it. Set up an itch.io site, pay the $99 to Steam to put it out there for early access. Like, give it a go, man. I think you can do good. Like, what's $99? If you need $99 and I still have a job in a couple weeks, I will give you $99 to pay for the Steam stuff so that you can get that greenlit. So don't give up on your dreams, man. You can do it. Uni's not crap with the multiplayer stuff. It's not really that nice. Look into Forge Networking. We use that for work. Yeah, Forge was the one I was looking at. I haven't done anything that requires multiplayer yet, but I'm confident I'd understand the concepts well enough to know what not to do. But maybe I would. Like, maybe that's just hubris. Who knows? Yeah, the docs, yeah, totally. The docs are, yeah, I said what you typed. It's like hot garbage. It's not hot garbage. It's so close. It's like, it's just, which I think Dean said the same thing yesterday. He's like, yeah, it's just, I couldn't get it to work. It's like, preach it. Because you can't like install I don't even want to talk about it. I don't want to rant about it. Because without Unity, I wouldn't be here today writing code in Unity. I would just be a guy doing back-end development, dreaming of writing games. Unreal wouldn't have ways to let the layman get into games because they would just still be focusing on big companies. Like, Unity's the one that made Unreal come to the table and realize they were missing this market of people that wanted to make games. All they had to do was provide a price point that wasn't ridiculous. Like, when I got started using Unity, it was like $1,500 for me to buy a license to have professional Unity, which I had to save and save for years to get, to be able to afford that. And then I was able to, I like felt that feeling of accomplishment. Now I pay them like $30 a month. So granted, I like pay them less, but I pay them more because I've been paying them $30 a month for fucking years now. Like it's just a steady stream of income, man. Okay, so we're now passing in the float, not the grid location, because what I see happening is this thing is saying the distance is 0 because it's only talking in terms of floats. Like it's talking in terms of the grid. Like the second your character enters the grid, the job is done, and the job done stuff gets kicked off, where the player's still fucking moving because the player moves in terms of like 3D world space, and there's a little bit of like, 1.1 isn't just an int 1.1, it's a float, so it's like 0.1, 0.2, 0.3. So let's try this and see if it works any better and we get the timing worked out. Yeah, there's part of it that's just like, just throw it all away and start fresh. But like, no, we can do this. We can do this. Dude, you should watch my VOD, Dr. Kill, from last weekend when I was just spent 4 hours on last Friday night trying to get I got the burst compiler. I was like, oh, it's great. Let me make a build. And I couldn't make a build. I spent 4 fucking hours. So it was 48 hours. 10% of 48 hours is 4.8 hours. So I spent 10% of my time working on fucking Unity. So I was starting to get pissed. I was like, I might have to refactor because I can't get this piece of shit to build. I can't give people like here's some source code right in the editor. I was like, what kind of loser would that be? Like, it needs to fucking work, guys. It was super fun. I hope everyone's having a good morning. We're doing some core foundational stuff, trying to get our jobs system working for our pawns to move around the map. We introduced a little bit of a change to when you give a pawn a job, like you assign them a job on a hex, and then they find a walkable hex around that job hex, because you can't go into a mountain to like hammer it from the inside. You have to be on a walkable hex next to it. So mining is kind of the case, which is why we have the requirement of we have to be in a walkable hex adjacent to our destination that we're assigning work to. So let's assign this guy the work to chop down some wood. Let's see what happens. Okay. So let's see if it worked a little bit better this time. It sounds like you need to use Sigmund on your floats, buddy. I don't know what a Sigmund is. A sigmoid. That is Greek to me. I've never gone to college, so everything I've learned myself, so it sounds like you're trying to seduce me, I think. I think that's some sort of sex term. I don't know. You need to use a Sigmund Freud on your values, sir. And the reason for that weirdness with why we were using integers is the tile system I used before Unity had its own tile system was this system called Sprite Tile. So it was all based in this thing called int2s was basically just an int vector 2. It was a vector 2 converted to an int was all it was. So the world was in those kind of terms, which is why now that I've replaced it with the Unity grid system, which it also works in int terms, of course, but it stays a little bit closer to the world representation. So there's a little bit of finagling. I learned about sigmoids when I made a neural network. Oh shit. If you want to drop up some documentation, I would love that. That'd be awesome. No, I appreciate the help. I just have no clue what a sigmoid is. I'm like, that sounds like crazy talk. Right now it's just using an A-star Pathfinder. Like a basic bitch Pathfinder. But it does the job. I mean, it does the job well. I didn't want to prematurely optimize anything. Yeah, neural nets sounds like it would be fun. I think I said that today or yesterday, where it was like the kind of like machine learning or things like that would probably scratch my itch for. The thing I like about doing game dev is a lot of this is procedurally generated, which I really fucking enjoy the fact of like using algorithms like Perlin noise and things to make like things that look like they're naturally created and then I kind of feel like machine learning in like the work context would be that same kind of itch for me, where it's all very procedural. It's like emergent. You kind of set these rules, and then you set your creation out, and you see what happens. It's like, that's kind of neat. Hey, thank you, sir. Not to be confused with sigmoid colon or pelvic colon is the part of the large intestine that is closest to the rectum and anus. Well, today I learned about the anus. You know, there's like 26 sphincters that we have in our body. It's good times. I might be off of it. It might be 28. I forget. But I remember when I heard the number, it was interesting. Yeah. Oh, math. Okay, so I'll read that while I'm doing some light reading when I'm trying to fall asleep tonight. Look at the mathematical function having a classic S-shaped curve or sigmoid curve. It's a logistics function. Yeah. So what? Yeah. Logistics function, baby. Hey, sir, I appreciate the help. It is very much appreciated, because teamwork makes the dream work. And my dream is to finish this game. And I don't know, maybe it's like, fuck it, we just release it open source or whatever. I don't know, and we go the Dwarf Fortress route, but we'll see. We shall see. Okay, so we're moving here. We've set her. Let's see where we set her destination. She's going to here. Job's not started. Where do we set the destination? Cheapest node. That did not do a thing. The shortest path to start is hex 00. Well, it worked right, but it's like that start destination being 00 is concerning. It's move next, job move type 115. The shortest path to the hex. Because it's checking the destination when I don't actually. Okay, we've refactored to use the destination, but we don't need to set the fucking destination because new move does it already. We just need to change this to say shortest path will be to my job move location. Will be to my desk actually. Okay. That's where we're going now. And this will tell us if it's actually going to path this properly. So let's recompile, try again. Start over, try again. It basically takes a float 01 and triggers out a value. So you could use it to figure out when you're in the middle of the grid. That's actually not a bad idea. So the way I work through it now is, as you saw like poorly, we were doing like as soon as you enter the grid, it's there. So I have code that says, if you stop the move, just kind of put you into the center of the grid, because I mean, yeah, your way would probably work as well. I mean, I know it'll work because I'm a dummy, so I know your way would work for reals. Welcome back, Philip. How you doing, sir?
Sorry for these poor fools.
Okay. Let's clear the logs. Boop. Chop of the wood. Chop of the wood. Pause. See what happened. Picking up the walk here. Okay, so that's better. It has the right, so it's calling the right hex, which is good. Set the destination. It's weird that it's, oh, because I'm double adding 0.5 somewhere then. Double rainbow, what does it mean? Where am I adding double 0.5s? Nice. I'm glad you like politics, Philip. Good man, Charlie Brown. So set position, this is calls at the end. And we're just automatically applying 0.5 when we go there, right? No, that's not right. Oh no, this is right, because this is flooring it and then adding 0.5. That's fine. That's also flooring it. That's also... Why am I doing that twice? Why don't you just... do that first and then just fucking say transform the position, right? Oh, because we're just want to see what it's set to before. Okay, that makes sense. And then the last piece is... I know I'm doing it here, right? I'm doing it like literally right here. Where's it? Somewhere... 0.5, okay. Doing it all over the place. 0.5, everywhere. Yeah, those people can get fucked. Hopefully. We call ourselves the alt, right? Instead of just straight up Nazis. Oh, offset. So we've already got that. Oh, Larry's finishing up some basketball minigames. Nice. Good old Larry. Move to. And we have, if we have the offset saved, which I think we just saw that in game data. We should just call that too. We should just call it game data. Grid tile offset X, so that we don't hard code that everywhere. Because the fact that it's at 0.9 makes me think that there's some other maths being wonky somewhere. World gen we're not doing, so don't care about that. Selector doesn't really matter. Team managers, copacetic. Oh, did I change the other one that I just did to left of this X? Needs to be Y. Basically offset. If we ever go to a hex, if we ever go to like a hex system, like a 5-sided hex, like the offsets will be different between X and Y. So we wouldn't want to make that mistake. That would be a fucking painful bug to track down. But yeah, her coming in at like shortest path, set destination being 0.9, totally. That position there. Oh, are we passing in? We're telling it in a single place set position to add that 0.5 offset. So if we call it from here, yeah, then we're fucking up by calling it there. But we shouldn't call it there. That was dumb. You're being a dummy. Don't do that. Stop trying to help. Stop trying to help. Okay, because we're already doing it in set position. we account for it there. In one single spot, we account for it there, that there's an offset between the grid positions and the world positions. This music is ominous as fuck, and it's making my, making me feel like I'm playing Tarkov, like motherfucker's gonna jump out and just fucking shoot me in the face all of a sudden. Stop being ominous music. Jesus. Dun dun dun. Someone in your closet. Gonna jump out. Stab you in the face. Dun dun dun. It's like, oh lord. Felt like I was in Shoreline and like resorts all over again. Whew. Okay. Give him the chop of the wood. Chop of the wood. Boop. Chop of the wood. Okay. Pause. Shortest path to Hex. This is just showing the Hex we're going to, but because we removed the +5. Oh my goodness, did I really just... I literally just did this. What did I fuck up? I didn't fuck up anything up. Set destination is 000 though. Why is set destination 000? Set destination to end. In new move. So this hex is right, and then the set destination is wrong now. We're calling it from job move to on line 120. We're saying my dest, and my dest here is here. And then we set it here to the job move location. That's where we're gonna go. And then we say here where my job move destination is. Then we say start from player position, end. Oh. 204 of new move. 204. So it's coming in here with the end. So it's saying set destination to end. And then set destination to end. It's saying the destination, but we haven't set the destination yet. So it's like, duh. Do it after we set the destination, you moron. Okay. So whenever we start, every bug we fix, every bug we break, every step we take, we're making progress. And if we don't test thoroughly, we will get fucked because we'll miss something stupid, and then we'll get far down the line. I turned Canadian for a second. We'll get far down the line, and then we'll see that we done fucked up somewhere, and we'll be like, oh gosh golly gee willikers, that's really bad, you see. Now anyone that watches that thinks Canadians are super nice all the time and don't swear, you should watch Quill 18, especially on Let Him Dare. He swears like a fucking sailor, and you can totally correlate his angriness to his tiredness. It's a pretty similar scale. I gotta get a bigger water bottles. I've been drinking a ton of water per stream now, which is good because my throat starts hurting by the end. Let's set the job. Sorry. Wood. Chopper to wood. Chopper to wood. Get to the chopper and get me some wood. Okay. Garden tree. I would go further. Okay, set destination, cool. So your destination's right. Why does it say your destination is 14.5 though? Because I thought we were passing through the offset. So a new move gets called. We only do that on set position. We're not doing that when we call the actual move though. This is at the end where we're taking a set position from the position after we floor it. So the destination should still be set here when we do set destination. It should be destination plus a new vector 2. Okay. Add the 0.5 offset to the actual destination. So we path to the center of the hex. Because then, as long as we have the set here, then when we call the Pathfinder, it's going to go to the right place. Hopefully. Hopefully our world will be a little kinder and gentler after that. I hope everyone's having a good morning with some coding shenanigans. Coding shenanigans. And thanks for stopping by, Killpun. I really appreciate it. Like it was really nice. Like I wasn't talking in being streamed to like draw any followers here. I was just like jazzed because he was like, oh, I was making a submarine game that's based on RimWorld. I was like, oh my god, I'm working on a RimWorld kind of Dwarf Fortress and RimWorld inspired game. And then when it, like we talked about XCOM and we're both like, XCOM's my favorite. Like XCOM is one of my favorite series ever. Like so good. Like I used to have to go to my buddy's house to play it because I didn't have money for a good computer. Like my parents didn't have money for a computer, so I had to go to his house to play it. It was awesome though. And I would just go to his house while he'd go smoke, and he'd smoke and drink, and I'd just be on his computer playing games. Because he didn't really like the computer. I was like, dude, I love the computer. It's all good. I'm enjoying it. Cool. Thank you, sir. Are you writing like neural net stuff in PHP? I would love to see a snippet of code because all the code we work with is written by a... I wouldn't be surprised if you told me that the legacy code that we had was written by someone who had no idea what they were doing. I'll leave it at that. But yeah, I'd love to see an example of like really like good PHP code to show off, like, because I'm like, there's good PHP out there. They're like, no, there's not. I'm like, there really is. The person that wrote this code was just not super good at it, so they weren't good at their job. Any code is as good as the person writing it. So you're not writing neural net stuff in PHP. Got it. Oh, Haskell. The Haskell piece. Duh. It's like, you said PHP. Oh yeah, but Haskell. It's like, man, what a... Yeah, the Haskell stuff. That's where all the magic happens. Haskell. It makes the magic happen. So it's okay. We set the destination right to 14.5. Very nice. So far, so good. I wrote it in C++, C#, and PHP. Nice. That's index 0. So you're going to 14.5. It still says you're complete. Not fucking complete. Your position is Supposed to go to 14.5, 142.5, and your position is 142.5, but start position is 15. And the job destination is 14. That shouldn't be 14, 142. Transposition is still off, unless you found a way to move there in that last second, which I doubt. Yeah, you've broken out of the loop. You have broken out of the job loop. While distance is not 0, but you're going to the right place and moving to destination. And there's no log saying that you're moving to destination stop, so you're just falling out of the loop unless there's a break. A return null. That's not happening. Well, not 0, so let's say while greater than 0. Same shit, right? Not gonna change anything. This is gonna get spammy, but let's move this outside the timer block just to see. Because it's gonna spit out the distance, right? Name, state, distance, moving to destination, true or false, position of the transform is us, our destination, and our job location. So the destination and job location should be, yeah, one is the 3D version, one is the grid version, the grid reference. See, let's start again. Because what I normally would do is I'll look at the step ahead and figure out how to like jank it around, but I'd really like to understand it's something dumb and I'd like to see what the dumb thing is and then fix it, so I stop like fixing like symptoms and start fixing like what is really fucked up in this thing. It's going to be a lot chattier now because I'm not limiting the throttle and the amount of talk, so we can exactly see the specific point when it falls out of the loop. And actually, even though it's we can find another way, I'd like to put just a little debug log here, because while it falls out of the loop and we'll see it, I'd like it to be super clear. Let's do the same one right here, actually. Lots of noises, so our eyes will catch it. Our eyes will be drawn to the majesty of the asterisks. Multiple asterisks just living on the plains, raising their family, their little asterisk babies, and being happy. So it's gonna be chatty, be ready. It's gonna be a much chattier Kathy this time. We needs it. We needs it. Are you fucking what? Fuck. Fuck are you talking about? Let's try that again. That shouldn't have worked. I didn't change anything that should make it work. Or maybe it didn't. I don't get your hopes up. Twitch chat loves you. I love you, Twitch chat. I love you, Kill Pond. Oop. Caps lock. Caps, yikes. Yikes, oh no. Okay, let's try that again. That didn't seem like it should have worked. So why did it work? Unless I didn't wait long enough for the time before to make sure it worked. I just got so used to pausing it instead of waiting for things to take their course, but I'm gonna assume that that was weird, that it's not working yet. Let's see. Super chatty time. What the fuck? Let's put it back on the timer. I'm having the crazy idea that maybe the way we slow down for all the logging is somehow when we stripped out all the logging. No, that's stupid. That's too stupid to even say. But my stupid thought was maybe since we stripped out the logging, the program was actually going too fast, and we had a race condition we'd see. But when we throw all that slow ass logging in there, it works fine because there's time for shit to move around properly. I guess it wouldn't be the craziest thing I've ever heard. So I just put the logging back in. Let's see if it works or if it shits the bed again. And then we can totally narrow in like, okay, it's totally a race condition. We just need to keep lots of logging in there. That's the solution, right? Killpond, to instead of fixing the problem, just put enough logging in there so it's, has time to wait. It's a little bit of a sleep, a little bit of a timer. It's called a logging timer. Yeah, it's a thing. Everyone uses logging timers these days. Program going too fast? Fucking log a little bit. Log a lot of bit. Okay. Then I wonder... The only thing I can think is we fixed it when we set it to 0.5 to use the float variable, and I didn't wait long enough to see it work. Because I am a piece of garbage. Okay, let's try it again. Let's chop some shit, motherfucker. Let's see. See what you do, bro. So it was the issue of going between the ints and the floats, I think. Oh, fuck. The relief. The goddamn relief. So that should also mean that I can mine now. I think? Maybe? There's still some weird things we have to do. But let's see. Okay, he fucks up with mining. But that's okay. Oh, that feels so good. Mining is a different case. I think mining is getting fucked up because when you start with this hex here, when you chop this hex down, it went from a non-walkable hex to a walkable hex. So I think for that specific case, the hex matrix isn't being, or the map atlas isn't being updated. That's now a walkable hex. I keep saying hex, but it's a tile. But I'm used to my war game, so. Let's make a git commit to say, to make sure, like, hey, this we have move to working right with chopping wood. Now let's go test. Let's test the other non-mining variants to make sure they work, and then we'll go back to Sigmund thing, family of sine curves. One family, two cups. It is the sine curve shit. Oh, one day, dude, I'd like to learn. I'd like to learn this kind of stuff. Like, I'm really bad at math, and I think I had a buddy that I worked with at GoDaddy that he was the same way. He's like, I was really bad at math. Then he took a class and he's like, I found a really great professor and I like math now. And he's like, do you know that show Numbers? Like, I like that show now because now I know that math really can do all that shit. And I just think it's that I have trouble learning, but I also don't know if I ever had a good teacher to help me learn. But it's mostly me. Like, I'm the one that can't do the learning. So it's harder for me, but I think a good teacher that could teach it to me appropriately to where my brain can like learn it would be helpful. Oh, see you, Philip. Have a good day, sir. Hey, we're almost we're working our way up to 900, Philip. Like, we're doing great, man. You guys are awesome, and I appreciate everyone being here. It is amazing. Okay, so now we're gonna test building walls and doors, and bushes. Bushes should get cut down as well. Math is hard, and it's some people have like brains for it, but I'm dyslexic and I have ADHD, so it's really hard for me to do, and I have to do it like multiple times. So I totally can't. I'm totally atypical, so I couldn't be in a class and be taught the same way as everyone else and be successful. I'd probably have to find like a one-on-one person to help me learn it in a way that works for me, and then because it's a typical thing like I talked about where it's like you hit something and it's frustrating. It's like math is. I started working on a KSV kind of clone, and it's there's a lot of fucking math there. So I was really happy I got things like orbits working, but the math and the physics of it and having to do like it's not calculus. What was the other one? Like maybe it was calculus, but having to do that like very advanced math, it was just like fuck, I don't know what to do. And I needed I felt like I needed a math guy to help me with the math. Because I just couldn't break it down, man. What I just shared is something that took me an age to figure out. Dude, good for you, man. Like, I totally know I can figure it out. Like, I think that I eventually could, but it's so hard for me that it's one of those things, if I have to go down that rabbit hole, it'll be like, okay, this is going to take like weeks of me to figure this out. Unless I get like help from people to help me think about it the right way. Or who can see how I'm thinking about it and be like, oh, you're thinking about it this way. This is how you really should think about it. To like get it to click. But once it clicks, like once something clicks, it's like, okay, I kind of get it. For like a amount of time. And then if I stop doing it, my brain will just like, fuck that stuff. And then I have to relearn it again. So let's harvest some bushes. Harvest crops. Okay. I would be a lot more excited if I didn't expect the other shoe to drop and be like, haha, fucker, it's still broken, you piece of shit. So, dude. Like there, see? It's broken. Why is it? Why did it break for now? But that's really cool, Killpon. Like, awesome. Like, good for you, man. I appreciate the help. Like, learning how to do that stuff is, like, interesting. We need to talk. So what's her status right now? She's in progress for moving to... Her status is, like, foobar right now. She's supposed to move to a job. Oh. How did I reset that as being... That's not something that should have ever happened. What is this tile map here? Is that 27,136? She's set to go here. So somehow I was able to. That's probably a bug we should fix, because that fucked up the whole Pathfinder. So we tried to harvest crops on hexes that already had stuff. Okay, so that should not be a thing. That works. Okay, we need to fix that. That's a bug that's why the Pathfinder got fucked up, because it's trying to be like, I'm already here, dog, and it's like, well, there's nothing to do because you're there. So we need to fix that. So we did bush. Where's the object check for that? So let's actually load in again, clear the logs, and test it so we can get a clear log example. Because it seems like we're either not updating the map atlas properly when we chop down the bush to make... So what should happen is that tile is a bush. So you harvest the bush, it goes to the map atlas, it removes the bush, and replaces it with saying, hey, there's a pile of tomatoes. A pile of tomatoes here. I can't wait to redo the movement controller for the camera because it could be a lot better. Let's see, does it do the same thing for wood? Nope. Wood's fine. Cool. So then it's something with crops. So crops. Is it? I remember spending a week trying to figure out how pig controllers work for trying to get working air vents. Dude, fuck, Stationeers is amazing. Like, my buddy EJ, the one that I hosted EJ's channel to Dean, so I got EJ to play Stationeers, and he just fucking did his, like, dismantle it thing, which is why when Dean came in to watch 600 people playing Stationeers, like, him and EJ got on real good, and, like, doing the pig controllers, dude, it was awesome. No, EJ's a good dude. EJ's, like, a really good guy. Like, I've known him for, I've subbed to him, it'll be 5 years next month. But I've watched him for longer than that when he, before he went live. Because he would do a lot of KSP stuff. Yeah, the PID controllers is like, I remember trying to figure out how to do, like, solar tracking things without having to follow a guide, just doing it myself, and goddamn, it was hard. Yeah, EJ's a good guy. Okay, so there's a bug here that we're not cleaning up properly for harvesting bushes. So bushes are fucked, trees are not. So let's see what we do differently between bushes to trees. Bushes are fucked and trees are not. So what the fuck's the difference, yo? Garden tree. Go over here. Boom. Go over here. Nyeh. There we go. Okay, EJ's a good guy. You'll see me there when I'm awake, because I'm one of his... Man, I'm one of his older mods now. That's crazy. Yeah, it's been a long time. Okay, so what are we doing when we chop the goddamn thingamabobber down? We chop the old Ricky Bobby down. And I love EJ. He's a good guy. Like, my favorite part about living in Boston was getting to hang out with him more. Isn't a tree just a tall bush? Mind blown. Well, the reason I have them, and we could probably refactor this one day, is I have them differently because the sprites that go in, but in reality, like you said, yeah, we could probably just make the sprite type be a pass-in and then not have to do this separate shit. Well, you see, go garden bush, go garden tree. It's like, I do know that they are similar. But yeah, this is probably... what I'm trying to resist is the urge to, like, refactor everything now that it's been 7 years and I know a lot of better ways to do things. Because I've worked on other projects. This was one of the first projects I worked on. And then I worked on other projects like one of the ones I put a lot of... One, I worked on a KSP clone with EJ, in fact. Like, we worked on a game, but he was too busy to do it. And then we worked on a couple different things. I don't have any versions of Unity for this one, but it was Project Mariner. But one of the other things I did where I learned a bunch of stuff was this one that I did, because I was like, oh, fuck RimWorld, it's too hard. And then I started working on a more of a strategy, not a strategy game, but a war game, a tactical strategic level war game. So I learned a bunch of stuff there, like making better UIs and how to do things a little bit better whenever it decides it wants to load. Whenever it wants to grace me with its presence, sir. Hey, can you help me out? I'm new to coding, and I chose Java as my... that noise in the sound just sounded like my alarm. And I chose Java as my first language. First of all, good morning, succubus mistress. The issue is that I feel like it will take me 3 lifetimes to be good enough to get a job without a degree. I also did C++, but I have the same feeling with it too. Can you give me any tips? I'm interested in developing general PC and Linux software. How old are you? which is like doesn't have to be specific. I'm just like, are you younger, like pre-college, college, like older, to show you're younger. So it's a skill like any other. What made you want to get into computers? Like, I know this seems like a roundabout way of answering your question, but like the answering a question with a question thing, but it's not just like a cookie cutter answer. So that's why I have the other questions. And Kilpon probably also has a lot of experience, so I'm sure he also has good tips as well. So this was another war game I built that had a different UI. So we learned a lot of stuff here, how to do it, and this is all hex map based 2D. So yeah, it was good times. Good fucking times. Okay, so let's compare Bush to, and I'm just waiting on your answer before I answer more, like why you want to get into computers or what you liked about it. Just kind of like your backstory, because it's just a random question. Like, I chose Java first. It'll take me 3 lifetimes to be good enough. Like, why do you think it'll take you 3 lifetimes to be good enough? Like, so we do the work here, and we do the work here. Same thing. Do the mining work. We'll do the Bush work. Work units. This should probably be farmed off to another thing as well, too. Just a helper function. Once we get it working, right? This is the working one. This is the Baroque one. Map atlas set work unit on hex. And this is basically removing the HP. That's what we do to remove the HP from the hex. Okay, job start tile. So this one has a job start and this one does not, which I don't know why. What sprite to replace? New vector 3 int job start. I don't know why we're using that. We're checking it there. Okay. So that could totally be an issue right off the top of right off the bat. New vector. Well, we're just passing it through as a single thing as job start. Okay. So we'll clean it up and make it the same thing. And then we'll replace all these big long things with, oh, the music is done. Job's done. Boo boo boo. Let's see. Music done. What's the next thing to listen to? Into space. That sounds good. Into space. Yes, into space. More space, please. Boss, space. I grew up using computers. I knew how to use the computer before I knew how to ride a bike, but I was an idiot and chose to waste 10 years of my life on League of Legends. I would also like to make games, but the Unity tutorials just don't work for me. I need a job ASAP because I don't exactly want to flip burgers. So it's not... You're going to do most of your learning on the job, totally. Programming is a really misunderstood line of work. It's a little bit of experience, but a lot of just logical thinking and problem solving, which is totally true. Many workplaces get people to sit worthless exam to prove they read a manual when they should focus on how quickly someone learns is what matters. Like, if you can learn quick, you're going to be good. So I think you're coming at it from the wrong mindset of like, I need a job and I need to learn to program. Like, it's like my story was I worked at a job at a restaurant and I managed to run into like a biker guy that set me up with a buddy that run a computer shop, and they gave me access to a computer and the internet, which at the time was like $3 an hour, so it was expensive to get online. They gave me access to like a 56K frame relay. I could write code. So I learned. So they told me what to do. So I learned that way, and I read man pages. So I think learning, for me to learn, and because it depends on the type of learner you are, I can't learn by a tutorial. I mean, I can, but I have to have something I'm trying to do. So for instance, when I learned VB6, I learned because we had to write a road maintenance program software, so I knew what had to be made. So I was working on something real time, knowing what I had to do and building it that way. I couldn't read a tutorial for VB and like make this test app and then be like, okay, now I've retained it. That just doesn't work for me. So how do you learn? Like, what is the best way that you learn Succubus? Like, that's like, it sounds like if the Unity tutorials don't work for you, then maybe you are going to be more positioned towards something like, think of something you'd like to make, not ridiculous. When I learned Cold Fusion, I did it by writing a task management software that would let me put in the hours I work so that I could invoice people. So if you have something a project you can do, like you want to do, and because then you know the requirements of what you want it to do, you can write the code to do it. That might be a way that you can learn, because there's lots of different kinds of ways to learn. But the most important thing is you've got to be able to learn quickly. And if you don't think you're going to be able to learn quickly, then this might not be the right work for you. You have to be the really good developers can pivot quickly. Like, I came into this job and I hadn't dicked with PHP for like 20 years, and all of a sudden I'm back writing PHP again. So you have to be I don't want to say agile, because then it's like, oh, agile methodology, but you just have to be nimble. You have to be able to like jump from thing to thing and learn it. Learning quickly is what matters. Learning quickly, failing quickly, and learning from those failures, because failure is just a learning opportunity. Like, when you fail, you're learning. So learn that lesson. Don't make the same mistake more than once. Learn from every time you make a goof. Work on a project that you know, so that you don't have to spend time worrying about what you should do. You're like, I know what I want to do with this, and then you can focus on actually building it, and then through doing that, you'll learn it. And then it just comes with time. Like, experience matters. It's not like a magic bullet. And correct me if I'm wrong, Killpond. There's lots of different ways to think about it. I just have a certain way I think about the world. I mean, they literally don't work. I want to open the official guide from Unity, and it just doesn't want to open. Well, send me a link to what you're talking about, and we can take a look at it and see. Because it's but the first step is knowing, like, do you want to jump right into game development? Is that the first gig you want to do? Because then it would be, you could probably get a intern job or get a QA job, but those are competitive, and then get paid shit and do all the bitch work, and work your way up there and learn. Like, if you can get your foot in the door somewhere as like an intern or like a lower level person that gets paid shit, like, that's your opportunity to fucking learn. Like, if you do get in, be a goddamn sponge. You're gonna have to work long hours. You're gonna have to be there, stay late, because that's when a lot of the interesting stuff happens, is late after hours. You're gonna have to stay there. You're gonna have to sponge off of the people that know and have been there, and treat them like, don't kiss their ass, but like treat them with respect, because if they're willing to teach you stuff, that is like invaluable to learning. Like, if you get someone that is willing to help you learn, like, that is worth the shitty pay, because you're gonna get in a place and you're gonna be able to learn and sponge up a bunch of stuff. So then in a year or two, you're able to take that jump from being like a junior person to like more mid-level. You'll be able to probably have to get another job, because most places don't recognize and reward you properly from when you go from one tier to the next internally. It's very rare to get like the pay bump you'd expect in the free market. Then in a couple years, you can go get a mid-level job for like a 20 to 50% bump in your pay, if you're good at what you do. I was unemployed for months and ended up going to a help find a job thing. The trainer there just happened to know somebody who wanted to employ a PHP developer. I have zero education. Yeah, I have zero education too. I just kind of learned. I learned on the job. So, it's a thing, as long as you know it. Yeah, web development is a good way to go. Hey, Groggy, how you doing, sir? Good morning. It is really nice to see you, sir. How are you doing? How was your week treating you? Back from your vacation? Let me know when you want to talk through all your stuff. How'd your scores go? I haven't checked your game. Like, Dr. Java he had the Kingdom kind of looking sprite app the side scroller, and he said he's had like 50 reviews so far, so he's gonna try to work on it some more and make it better, which is cool. Like, I think it's really cool when people can take their projects and make them a better thing. Is there any way I can get a hold of you on Discord for like a minute? I'm trying to make a game plan. Here, the Discord is here, so jump on the Discord, and then after the stream is done in like an hour and a half or so, or anytime after that, you know, we can chat or whatever. Yeah, the Discord's kind of trying to be a place where we can, like-minded people can hang out and talk and learn. Well, if you go, what's the link to your game? I don't remember what it was, because if you go to Let 'Em Dare Jam, you can look and see how many reviews you've had. Which me, I've had 4, so you probably have more than that. Oh, nice. Let's see. Gaia Protocol of Justice / Taco Tuesday on a Friday. 3.8 ratings received. How come you didn't have many ratings received? That doesn't make sense. Oh, for you, it's probably the thing that I fell to too. The more you rate other people, the more you get rated in return by the algorithm. And I haven't rated a bunch of people, so that's probably why you're low if you haven't been rating a ton of people. But that would just mean you got to go to their games and rate them, and then that puts you in the algorithm to check it out. I mean, I gave you like 17 stars. Because it's a super fun game, and it felt very good to beat it. Did I not rate your game? Holy shit! I'm sorry. I commented on your game and I didn't fucking rate it. Did I not? I didn't rate your game? Oh my god, what a piece of shit I am. Sorry about that. No, I totally understand. I haven't had time either, so I haven't been able to do it. Nice. Of course. No, you'll be okay. You'll get there, Succubus. Don't panic. It'll be okay. You can do hard things. I already did rate yours. Rate mine shitty. I did rate yours this time. My bad. I thought I did before because I downloaded it. Oh, I know what it was. I'm sorry. Because I found you on itch.io. Hey, thank you for following, Succubus Mistress. Welcome to the Biscuit Brigade.
Welcome to the Biscuit Brigade.
So, since yours was on itch.io, as soon as I saw it there, I just downloaded it, and I totally forgot the step of going back to Let 'Em Dare and playing it. I'm really sorry. I am the worst. I am a sack of garbage. Oh, I got a bunch of people that got errors. Oh, that's Shadow. Nice. Yeah, I think did I remove my... Yeah, I've removed... Yeah, I gotta sign in the post. Because I gotta be like, I removed the WebGL because it was garbage. Because that's why people are giving me shitty ratings. Because I did WebGL. Hey, wake up, fucker. While we're young, please. So are you gonna put any more work into it, Groggy? Like, I'm super excited. There we go. Steaming pile of hot garbage. Oh, don't fucking worry about playing my game. Like, it's not a... I just meant, like, are you gonna work on Gaia anymore? Like, it seemed I really enjoyed it. Like, I ended up not having it be as hard as I thought it would be. Like, I beat it on the first go. No, I beat it on the second go. The first go, I didn't understand how the money worked, or how the energy, so you said build 2 power plants, or 1 power plant and 2 energy things. Whatever you said, I did the opposite of, so I ended up dying. But then the next time it was just like easy street. The humans didn't really cause me any issue. I was able to work together with them. I tried to build as far away from settlements as I could to minimize them spawning with all my good shit, like all my good atmosphere and everything. So that was kind of the tact I took, and it seemed to work pretty good. Now I probably won't put any more work. I have ideas what I could do more with it, but I also need to release next EU4 expansion. Nice. Yeah, you do you, man. But it was really cool. It was fun. I look forward to what you make in October. It'll be fun. But let me know when you want to do a Discord thing. Like, I know I'm an American, so you tell me what works for you guys, and I'll be awake at that time and on Discord. Because teamwork makes the dream work. And I know I'm the odd man out with the weird American time. Mr. I'm awake at 4 in the morning. Where you guys are all like having your coffee, and I'm just awake at 4 in the morning. Like a boss. Delete tile. What? How the fuck did that work then? Oh, because it's calling my job start. Okay, instead of... So that's why it's not removing shit properly. No, it's calling the right thing. Job start, job start. So it's removing... We're setting the tile. This should be... This set tile should be... on the item layer. This will be job start. And that's the item layer. So we need to delete the item layer first, which I don't think we're doing. So we're not deleting the tile that's on here first, which we want to do. My mistake. My mistake, sir. Okay. I want to add humans sometimes during the weekend. This maybe, yeah, whatever you want, Groggy. Like if you tell me what works for you, I will be there, because I appreciate the opportunity. What's this Let 'em Dare Twitch chat's dying a dang? It's a game jam where you make like Groggy did 72 hours and I did a 42-hour compo. So you make a game in either 48 hours or 72. The 42-hour version you have to make everything yourself. Is like the spirit of the game. And then you submit it. And I do 48 hours because I don't ever want to take time off work, which I should. I could probably do a lot more with that extra day. And then like Groggy did the one where he took an extra day off and he was able to use like assets like this cool thing that I'm listening to now. The sound I got from like Groggy, he told me about. Like I pay for their subscription now to listen to music and sound effects and everything without having to worry about the, the copyright police. I have an interesting question for you about Unity and Unreal. I also stream and I'm a Twitch affiliate. I would like to record a video with you, but I'll leave it for later. Yeah, sure. Yeah, whenever. I'd love to do any collaboration stuff. That'd be fun. Like, that would be really neat. Spread my wings a little bit. Me and my buddy were talking about doing like a show too, which would be kind of fun. Just talking about video games and like video, because we're both like, as much as I want to be a game developer like Groggy and like live in his boots, like I think most game developers are gamers first because they like love games, and it's like I love to talk about games and gaming because it's fucking amazing. But just because you love gaming doesn't make you a game developer, because it's so goddamn hard. Groggy, I have such respect for you guys after writing games for years and like seeing all the BS you have to go through just to get to the gameplay loop. It's like, oh my god, these motherfuckers have some passion, because it says 90% like bullshit, 5% like 8% coffee, and then 2% like game loop. So we're deleting the tile properly off the item layer. And we have to delete the highlights. So we delete the tile highlight. You're deleting the tile highlight on the highlight layer. Removing both those things from the global list. Object ID 5. So we'll change it to be... Oh, that could be the difference too. It's removing Object ID 5 when it should probably be removing Object ID Bush, which is an oversight. Bush. Bueno, busto. This will be Game Object Highlight. Object Highlight. So that was probably the bug, which is why it was not working right. Delete the map atlas and regen. Oh, actually. Let's break this out a little bit. Because these two are removing from the global list the tree and the highlight. So let's copy the same thing, except it'll be bush and highlight. We can get rid of those guys. Clean up the map atlas. Then we need to So then we delete the map atlas, which we're not doing here. We're not deleting the item from the map atlas, which is also why it still thinks it's here. So that's another fucking mistake we made. So there's the map. Yeah, there's two different versions. You gotta delete before you rebuild it. So that's why that's happening. And we need to remove the object type bush. So we're gonna say, go to this hex, remove the bushes from the object map atlas. Then we're gonna build that single hex again, just so it can catalog and see what's here. Like, is there a tree here? Is there a bush there? Like, what's in this hex now? And then we recreate the grid. And then we set its reach. Why are we setting its fucking reachability grid? Like, why are we doing that differently? This is a good candidate to make one single helper function once we get it working. Yeah, it's not fucking walkable, you shithead. Don't ever do that again. That's terrible. Fuck you. You should be ashamed of yourself. Okay, let's go back and try this again. This should work now. Man, impossible is real difficult. I can't believe the person that wrote in comments they managed. I was able to do it once, but yeah, it was kind of difficult. I think it's based, the better your computer, that just shows that you have a better computer. The better your computer is, the faster shit moves, and the faster everything works. So you just have a really good computer. I had it easier because I'm working on a shit computer. Well, I mean, I'm guessing the fact that you're doing that, you're probably getting way better FPS too, right? Like I can do Impossible and I was getting like 60 FPS. So what's your frames? What's up, Nibblenot? Good morning. Hello.
Hello.
How is you doing? Okay, so we should fix bushes so bushes aren't fucked anymore. We actually got something done, which is good today. And we still have like a whole hour left. It's gonna be fucking awesome. We fixed the issue with some of the pathing, because what we were doing was we were still sending the Pathfinder grid coordinates, which was basically a float stripped down to an int, so it was losing the precision, which was causing things to fire out of order, and the Pathfinder just looked like it had gone retarded. So that's fixed now. Some real fucking inspirational music right now. I feel so inspired thanks to Groggy telling me about the ways of this company. Harvest crops. Boop. Boop. Can I re-harvest crops on those hexes again? I cannot. It's fixed. Okay. So then let's get some other bushes. Make sure they do their thing. Boop. Motherfucker, that wasn't a bush. Whoa, whoa, what? That's a pile of wood, motherfucker. The fuck was that? Does harvest? Oh, harvest works for trees, doesn't it? I bet. Oh, it doesn't work for trees. What the fuck was that shit? Okay, that's a bug for later. Yeah. I don't know if I have VSync on her. Oh, no, I think I had it off on the level I was on, because without... I was getting like 300 frames per second before, but yeah, it depends on the visual quality, because Unity was managing that. Like at a certain quality, it turns it on and it turns it off. Okay, then it must be linking it. Doing right, just got off work. Nice, glad to hear. So you're starting your weekend, Nibblenot? That's awesome. What do you do for a living? And what are you doing for the weekend? Anything fun? How are you staying nice and safe at home? Okay, so bushes work now. Let's check buildings to make sure that still works. Teaching English in Korea. That sounds awesome. You're like a hot commodity. All the little Korean girls like you. Planning on brushing up on my C sharp. Or the Korean boys like you know, whatever. You do you. I don't really care. Okay. Build some structures, build a wall. Boom. Oh, he shit himself again. Grr. Oh well, we'll cross that bridge later. We should be able to control him. There, and then he'll go back on the Pathfinder. Then he fucks up again. No. Let's turn on the debug menu and clear the jobs. And once we clear the jobs, what do we... They should all be gone out of there, right? No, they're still there. What does she have? What job do you have, girl? Is this planned to be similar to RimWorld? So it's going to be a story generator for sure. I started working on it after RimWorld came out, like 2013, and I want it to be like RimWorld, but I want it to be like Dwarf Fortress with a RimWorld look and feel. But the thing is, you're gonna also have multiple Z levels, so we can go down and mine underground. It'll be more Firefly on the kind of the story. But yeah, that's the gist of it. Did that answer your question? So her job is set to... Her move to is done. So let's unassign her from this job. So the job puller should give her another job now, right? Or it errors because I... Yeah, it's like, we don't know what to do because you really fucked stuff up. Cool. I'm glad I can answer your question. Okay, so now we need to get back to why mining is being a sack of potatoes right now. Let's see. And actually mining could be the same way where it's not setting the hex reachability properly. So we should be able to see it by turning on the reachability groups while we're playing. Okay, so that's the reachability groups. So if you see, if there's another... Whenever you'd like to start listening to my input, that'd be awesome. So there's no other reachability zones here. But on some of the other maps... Oh, actually there's right down there. Good. So let's take a look. So see, it's a different color because it's a different zone. So that's what the reachability zones do. Let's go down here to the colonist. Try to start mining. Mine. Let's one by one mine and see if it works. So it's not working because its reachability zone's not getting... Let's toggle it off and on to see if it got updated. Yeah, so its reachability zone's not getting updated. So let's see what mining does. Because it should be fixing the reachability zone stuff for sure, and it is not. There, give you feedback, just a little bit of ideas on how you could have expanded on it. Thanks, Groggy. Yeah, totally. I know it was like a shit gameplay loop, and I appreciate your feedback. It's, it was just for the learn the job system. And then I didn't do... I was already in like a sleep deficit when the Let 'em Dare started, because I'd been awake for like 24 hours. So it was... I never really got to get properly rested, so it was... The throughput kind of sucked. Like, Zach was super helpful, so... Or I wouldn't have gotten done at all, so it was... Only chat's help that I got as far as I did, so thank you for the feedback. I appreciate it. Gotta go get some coffee, sir. But I appreciate it. Okay, so let's look at the mining. So it's setting the reachability group. Let's check it against the bush. So it's deleting the tile set. Deleting the highlight layer tile. Cleaning up the map atlas. Map atlas is cleaned up. We're deleting the map atlas. Same thing we're doing here. Type mountain. It could be type mountain or type granite though. That's what it is. We're deleting granite and it's expecting mountain. So we should do... We should do either, I guess. There's probably a better way to do this, but for now I'm just going to... It could be mountain or granite. Until we think of a different way to handle it. And same for this guy. It could be granted. That's why we're not able to move through it. That's why it's being an asshole, I think. And then we're recreating the grid. We're setting the node reachability group to fresh mine. What the fuck does that mean? PC load letter? What the fuck is that? Fresh mine 999. What do I do with that fresh mine? Fresh pots. I have to use the restroom. I will be right back. Welcome back. Sorry about that. Okay. Where were we? We were leaving off with figuring out how... So when we're cutting into the mine, it's not... Well, let's try it now, because the reachability stuff might be fine now that we're actually properly removing stuff from the map atlas. So let's try it again. Simple fix. Hopefully it's good. Is good, yes. Let's see. see where we're going here. Oop. Okay. So let's do some mining now. And let's see if it works properly. Nope, that doesn't work, right? Let's try it again one by one to see if it works. If it works one by one, then we know it's something else. Let us see. But it'll be nice when we finally get it like sorted. It'll be super awesome feeling, like work through a bug. So Succubus, if you stream and you don't write games, do you just stream gaming right now? Is that what you do? Oh, nice. Cool. Well, that's awesome then. So you're just streaming, learning it. I could see where that could be hard. Yeah, I could totally see where that could be hard to do. Job mining. Let's add a bit of the timer we have here to not just spam the logs constantly. Actually, and let's do a once through. Let's do a once over to make sure we're doing our best practices we've learned since we did this last time. Garden tree here, so we look at garden line, make sure we're doing the best practices, everything. We probably are. Let's see. A game object. We're doing everything there. Looks right. Wild timer F, yeah. Not equals 0. This is wrong because that's using the old logic of the code saying it cared about how far away you are being 0, which isn't the case anymore. You'll really be 1 hex away and then you'll be fine. Let's see if that... Anything else we see here? Let's see. Not necessarily. Okay. Yeah, I'd probably find it hard to learn. I don't know, maybe I wouldn't find it hard to learn. It just seems like it'd be hard to learn while you're trying to stream it. Like that would potentially be hard for me. But yeah, I'll be off the stream in like 40 minutes and then we can chat on Discord. If I can be of any help, I mean, we'll see. I might not be able to help at all because I'm a big dumb dummy. Let's see. I just focus on the material and zone out on the stream. Okay. So you're just using the stream as like a rubber duck, I guess. There we go. Okay. Is there an issue with when we're super close assigning a job? No, is there? Are we having that issue? Is that what's going on here? Maybe it is. Let's try it and see. At least it's Friday. At least it's Friday. At least I still have a job for now. Because I guess when you don't have a job, every day is a Friday when you don't have a job. Or maybe every day is a Monday when you don't have a job. Ugh, that would be the worst. Nothing but Mondays. While we're young. Move her right next to some place, and then let's have her mine. Something wonky is happening with you, though. Oh, did I must have accidentally clicked there. I was like, what are you doing? So do you have, let's cancel these jobs. Do you have a job still set? Okay, that's the second time. That's the second time I've killed a job that I'm guessing she's getting assigned. Okay, maybe I was just seeing things. Okay, so maybe it's just I was clicking weird. Let's see, she shouldn't have any job assigned if things are working right, because there's no fucking jobs to assign. So she still has a fucking job. Why do you have a job? There's no goddamn jobs, lady. There's no jobs here, lady. That's your name. Okay, so that's certainly... Okay, so when we're canceling the jobs, they're not getting fucking deleted then. Okay. That's kind of a problem. Kind of a big deal if we leave fucking zombie jobs around. Zombie jobs are not much fun. Let's make a note in the old trusty notepad of justice. So when we cancel jobs, we are leaving... When a job gets canceled, it's leaves its job, which is really bad. Actually, we have a solution for this then, I think. We could probably make an enum that when we cancel a job, it deletes the job. So let's see what cancel does first, though. Let's look at the UI, see what cancel does, see if maybe we had it working originally, and then we somehow broke it, which is probably what happened. I wouldn't be surprised if shocked I broke something, because I am a dum-dum. So cancel. That calls highlight mode 0. So highlight mode in menu manager. So let's open up menu manager. Also use the selector. Yes. Highlight mode. Highlight mode 0. Cancel mode. So that sets the active layer to true, and it cancels thing. And it's cancel cursor mode, which then we can see in here. Cancel cursor mode. Okay, cancel mode select right here. So what do we do for cancel mode? Inside the cancel, we delete the highlight layer. We remove the stuff in the atlas. We check looks like we're trying to check for the jobs, but that don't fucking work. Check active job map atlas return type. Okay, whatever that means. Let's see what that actually physically does. Here. Check active. What the heck did it take me? Okay. Check active, and let's make a note of what this actually does. You pass in a grid position, XY, and for each object in the map atlas list, it's going to check for if the grid position's equal, and then it's going to say check map atlas returns true for whatever with type whatever, or false. So when we did cancel, let's see what it says in the logs. Let's see what it says when we canceled things. While we're young, Unity. While we're young. Returns false. So it was returning false. Why was it returning false? In map atlas list. Are we not documenting check job active map? Check job. It returns an atlas map job. Delete the job with grid. Tile map. So if there's a collider on the wall layer that's not equal to 0, then it actually runs delete with grid for job type. Because it wants to find, okay, so because it wants to find the job type, and it's not finding the job type there. So the map, the map atlas isn't getting set right with mountain. So let's make sure we make a note of this so we can recall it. When we... My back is killing me, my back's killing me, my shoulder's killing me, ugh. When we... Bro? No? When we... cancel a job, it does not seem to be correctly finding the map atlas entry to delete the job. So that's something we need to figure out. It's kind of a big deal. I'm kind of a big deal, you know? Yeah, there's that. Let us go and think about what we're gonna do for later. Like, think about how we're gonna work through this. I appreciate all the new subs and subscribers, the subs, followers, viewers, all you guys are awesome. We have to think about how to fix this problem. But until then, we're going to go and we're going to give a Biscuit Brigade raid to Dean Hall, the creator of DayZ and Stationeers, like a great guy. He's awesome. I watched him yesterday. I'm going to watch him today. I'm going to end off a little early because we're going to raid him. I'm going to go talk to you, Succubus, on Discord in a minute, and then hopefully get you sorted. And I will see the rest of you guys either later today or tomorrow morning when I stream. Thank you guys for being here. I love you all. I love your faces. Thanks for everyone that's following and helping to grow the community here of, like-minded, good vibes people. I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.